we will do this and start that of the recording for the day. Welcome, welcome, hello everybody. We are back with that Arcana Arcane Descent, episode 7. Now, at least I believe it is episode 7, yes. Now, with that being said, I would like someone here to give me a potentially little bit of a recap for last time for an inspiration for today.
So, last we left off,
We were back.
the four of us, technically five if we include Rago, finally got our. Well, first we got our identities, but in between getting our identities and entering the school, we also got a bit of downtime, just a couple days to get our bearings and prepare for what's ahead. In the case of Mori, it was making more items after taking everything that she gave out back. In the case of Onyx, it was rest and recuperation. In the case of Cece, pretty sure that was just more scamming. Yeah, no, it was a lot more scamming. Of all four of us, John was the only person who was doing regular training activities. Either way, both Onyx and CC ended up joining or infiltrating the University of Piltover as students. And Mori, along with John, decided to just enter as themselves, kind of. Being from an affluent family, Mori was just entered in as a professor. Nobody thought of a thing. It was just all normal. And she even had a nice little conversation with the current acting dean. A lot of tea. A lot of frustration.
It's good tea.
Whilst both Onyx and Cece were struggling to make friends, if one could even call that making friends. Either way, John was put in as a janitor along with Rago, the latter of which was sent off to deal with a mishap in the laboratories. That's with a V. Bathrooms. Fancy word. While John was there, sent out to alone to deal with a rat problem. After trying to go past and not immediately take food from the nice cafeteria lady, he eventually did just go into the storage and try to smoke out all the rats and fell into a tunnel. Meanwhile, Professor Mori actually taught a lesson. It was a full lesson on the creation, application, and effects of technomancy and hex machinery within the world at large. CC was a troll, and Onyx existed. There was also this one student who was kind of an asshole, but we'll ignore him. We'll ignore Lightning Boy for now. But yeah, John fell into a tunnel and is now about to fight all the rats in the school, from what it feels like.
You may gain that of your inspiration here, as I'm going to take over from here. As yes, you guys, I'm basically going to. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? I just had this set up. Here we go. I might take them a second to actually move over onto the screen. I still got some bit of my own problems if I'm not streaming, which is why at the moment I'm still recording, but we'll deal with it. So we're gonna go back here to that of the tunnels, and during that of the tunnels, you have been left at that of pretty much a potentially run, basically a run and escape kind of scenario, fight scenario, which I believe last time you told me you choose to fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And choosing to like basically at least fight out for that of your life. This is gonna be becoming that of a battle nutrition here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop playing this music for a second. I'm gonna see if this. I'm gonna see if I like this music. Oh no, not that. See if I like this one. But as I'm doing this, I would like to give you here a couple dice, and this is why I say it's gonna be a battle nutrition here. I'm going to give you a 2d4, and that is how many big rats that you will have to deal with in this fight. And I will also give you a 2d6, and that is how many swarms of rats that you will have to fight.
You want me to roll it?
When I say I'm giving you the dice, I mean I'm giving you the dice. You could let someone else roll it. You can roll it. However you want to roll it. Those are the numbers.
2d4. 5 big rats. 2d6. 3 packs.
That ain't too bad.
That's a lot of fucking rats, gamer.
I know. I'm just trying to make him feel better.
Nah. I understand completely. That's
Honestly,
still fucked.
given that it's a big rats in a tunnel, that's not as bad. But what's the tunnel looking like? Or are we just trying to mind our way through this?
I'm going to kind of explain to you kind of the setup I got going here for you. I'm just letting you be a second.
Here's the best part about all this. I mean, at least the party has a mortician. You'll be buried nicely.
Jesus.
Who's that?
Oh, I'm just straight up surrounded. Okay.
You walked into their home with a lit torch and a gun. Maybe should have brought a Molotov cocktail while you're at it.
Or
No, it's
paintball.
okay. It's okay.
Maury writing down in her journal after finding John's half-eaten corpse in a tunnel. Buy rat poison, period.
Can Onyx just ask you pick flamethrower instead?
Giant rat, giant rat, giant rat, giant rat, giant rat.
It's okay. From what I'm seeing,
All right.
so long as I go early enough, I'm actually up against 6 enemies.
Honestly,
enemies at most.
That could have been worse with your rolls. So
Oh,
like,
it definitely
it's
could have
not
been worse.
The worst.
I'm definitely gonna tell you it could have been way worse in some shape, way.
Brother,
or form.
I would have run.
But I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is about nutrition. I will tell you right now, you will not gain any sort of disadvantage, even if you would or wouldn't, from these rats being in close range. But this is just a back and forth battle of you basically almost like running down tunnels and hallways, potentially and just shooting basically the hordes, trying to dodge and weave them.
Right.
But unfortunately, with how the rats are, they're going to basically be constantly caught up to you. So you pretty much have to fight. You're pretty much fighting off that of the rats. So they will always count as creatures as packs in pretty much as creatures as packs in fighting you. Meaning, yes, if they have pack tactics, that will go off.
Right. So, are we rolling initiative, or are we going back and forth, me then you, or the other way around?
I'm pretty much. I think I'm just gonna kind of like go back and forth, but I'm gonna roll all their initiatives, and I'm gonna compare it to your initiative.
Okay.
That's a horrible thing to hear. Good luck.
I will roll my initiative. Do I do it? Do I immediately burn my Inspiro? No, I don't.
I mean, I'll roll them all first if you want.
It's a 6.
I mean, you can burn it still. Because I've
Might
changed
need
the
to.
the advantage after you can do the inspiration afterwards.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. I'll burn it. I'll click on that.
Jeez, Louis, brother, you gotta stop rolling so good. 22, 22, 10, 16, 17. There's a 6 and a 10.
Huh, did it just not show up?
Only thing below 12.
It in fact did not show up. I will click on that again then. Does it just not want to show up?
Is it because you already? Let me.
No, I got it. No, we're keeping the 6 because you know I can't roll. I can't roll good.
Oh, goodness. That's rough.
Well, we're gonna be getting on back here, and I'm just gonna tell you straight up. It's just gonna be a back and forth fight. I'm just pretty much gonna have all the rats go, and then you're gonna go. But this is the fight for your life, brother. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
We start off with that of the giant rats, though, as their majority, I think, has also rolled higher. 5. This is going to be 5 bite attacks that should be rolled at advantage.
Oh, brother.
Crit is a crit.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the 18 plus 5 will hit.
My chat isn't automatically going down.
No, that's gonna miss.
Oh, thank goodness.
Then
12 plus 5, 17 will hit.
7, 2, 4, 5. 5, so the 17 hit.
22 will also hit.
All of that is regular piercing damage.
Mm-hmm. I'm calculating total damage. Okay.
And then that of the small rats. They don't have back tactics, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, and then I'm gonna roll.
15 misses. 11 misses. 4 will also miss.
The swarms of rats came in, basically cutting you off in some shape, way, or form, biting into your legs, somehow keeping away that of the rest of the swarms. It goes to you.
Alright. Okay, so the big rats are kind of an issue, so we're gonna shoot twice because extra attack. I'm gonna shoot at one of the big rats. One of the big rats first, so I'll just roll out for a shot. I will spend let's double check this. Okay, I will not spend any bravery points just yet. But first attack, one of the big rats. It'll be at normal because firearms expert. That is a crit. I will
Roll me the crit damage.
roll the crit damage. For a total of 13. And I will add a bravery point to that to make it a 15
For
damage
every,
on one of the rats.
just for the record, for every amount of damage that does go onto the rat, will proceed to go onto another one. As
Okay,
you will end up
I will.
killing a rat.
I was.
That's... Sorry. You end up killing 2 big rats.
Holy shit.
As
hell
I am
yeah, brother.
continuing on.
Hey.
Second
keep going.
attack. I will also add an energize attack to it. Also at normal. That will hit, rolling regular damage. And then it's 8 plus energize attack, which is 4d10
He's raised, dude.
for a total of 24 plus 8, so 32 damage.
Holy mother of God, brother.
I am also adding another bravery point to that, so it's actually 34 damage.
The 34
I have one bravery
damage
point.
in the single attack, or was that including the previous one?
In the single attack.
The single attack, so 34. All right. I can just tell you right now with that of the extra of the second attack pulled up, ready for that of all the big rats that were trying to get in your way, it will proceed to finish off the rest of the rats. In one fell swoop of a turn.
Of the big rats?
Of the
or
big rats.
All of them. Okay. I was about to say,
Okay.
Jesus Christ, I have a reason to fear John.
And John still has a bonus action shot, so and let me just double check this, because that's one reason why I was being extra careful with my bravery points.
I'm gonna forewarn you already. I think we both understand that they have swarm.
Yes. Oh, I can just do this equal to my proficiency bonus, and then I just need to start spending bravery points afterwards. Okay. We're gonna bonus action shoot, add energize attack. If it wants to come out, there we go. 20 to hit.
Hits.
That's the first bit of 10 plus 17, so 27 damage. Probably halved because swarm, so if halved, it's 13.
Sorry for you were trying to energize attack again. Unless you have some that lets you can't like specifically do another rune in the same round. That's why I said the runes are once per round.
Oh, they're once per round? Okay, never mind. Then we're not gonna add that 17. It's just 10 damage on my bonus action.
Okay.
And I am gonna subtract the 3 bullets from that. And that's it from me for now.
Sorry, real quick. How much damage did you deal in that singular round?
Well, let's count. 13 plus. Okay.
Hold on. I have my calculator up. Just tell me out the numbers. 13 plus.
No. I can just visualize it for you.
All right.
About 55.
Christ.
Nice.
This is the main reason why I was concerned about the rats, because Natsu likes to scale things in such a way that
Hey, I didn't even scale it
I am scared.
technically. I only scaled it to be like you rolled your fate. I gave you
Yes.
I gave you the dice.
Yes, that is also true. Anyways,
Technically,
continue.
they it's kind of wild that they had just different ways of doing things, and they're kind of still cool for being rats. But you know what? Time for the rats to maybe do something, as we're gonna get our 3 bites in and rage, pretty much.
Heaven have mercy.
The 20 will hit. The 17 will hit. Only the 20 and the 17 will hit. By the way, are any of the rats bloodied? Swarms, I mean?
No, I know what you
Okay.
mean. They're not. They were not yet.
Yep.
They're technically close. One of them.
Good to know, good to know.
But yes, that would just be that of the wow, 2 piercing damage on that one. And 3 on that one.
Right. So I hit 2 hits that were not crits. I am now at Battle Fury 2.
Mhm.
Which means I crit on a 18 or higher. So I am going to shoot the first shot. Energize attack and all that. Okay. I crit anyways.
You got it, I think.
So I'm just gonna roll all the damage. It's a crit, so it's 8d10, so I'm just gonna go plus 4d10 as well on that. See if that works. Yes, that did work. For a first total of 49. Yeah, well, spend a bravery point, make it a 51 damage. You know,
Oh my god.
just above the threshold. Do I need to shoot again?
I think we're good. Give me a second. I gotta. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. That was actually
The
just a
giant
misclick.
rat, of course.
It was just a misclick.
Right after I spend all my
Actual
resources.
misclick. It's okay. It's okay. I will say that you will end that of the technical combat for that, but the scene is not over yet. As what I wanted to explain was more so, you losing this fight would have been a little bit more detrimental into what may or may not happen in the future. You winning this fight though, however, you have stopped yourself, pretty much from being, how do I put, injured or almost left for dead here. Maybe even left for
Eaten.
dead here, depending on how you want to put it. But in either case, you chose to fight through that of a horde of rats, cleared out even that of a big room, seeing that of the big room that you cleared out, and again, still kind of hard to see in general around, but you do hear that of the scurrying of more rats coming from the different sides of the different tunnels coming in towards you. You do see at least though that of one potential way to go, as you realize that was probably a nest of rats, but not the full nest.
Yeah, John's gonna run at that point. He honestly nearly died the moment they started biting him first. But he will run in that one direction that you spoke of.
Since he does have time to, I can explain to you a couple things here. The plate pretty well. Actually, that's not even gonna be a couple of things. It's really gonna be just there's pretty much you're going down, like starting to go down a tunnel, just a small bit of a tunnel going down as you hear that of more of rats scurrying and scurrying about everywhere. even seeing that of some like quaking happening here and there. And as you're getting through, maybe even holding your side for a second, you enter, you pretty much enter into what seems to be a room uh, that's not too super spacious, but does have mud and kind of mud going downwards into what seems to be like pretty much like everywhere around is like dirt room, pretty much as you expect of a dirt tunnel. But then going down into here, like looking down towards where all the mud is being made, you can see that of what seems to be a large kind of uh, some type of metal pipe, one that you think that you could jump down one even.
Well, I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of great options, so to the pipe we go.
All right, let's go. Sorry, I had to check something here. And you're pretty much going down that of what at the very moment is more of a larger pipe. And as you kind of start to slide down the pipe, you notice you can't really per se stop yourself really going down that of a very fast like pipe. And you're basically swinging left and kind of sorry swinging and sliding left and right, but there are many kind of like things in the way as well that could potentially hurt you with that of the combined slick mud everywhere. Uh, give me an athletics check, or sorry, not athletics check, an acrobatics check to avoid potentially becoming injured.
All right. That'll be a dirty 20.
All right, and I'll say with that, you have basically scraped by avoid getting injured. Maybe you got some scrapes and scratches here and there, but nothing super deep that would really impact you.
Mhm.
And whether that helps you or not in the future, we'll get back to that. For now, we'll leave it down the slide as we change up the music here and proceed somewhere else.
Can't believe John just go on a slip and slide adventure. I'm jealous. It is a joke. I do not wish to be eaten by rats.
Oh yeah, if you was down there, you would have been gone.
Oh, I would have been gone easily. Maury's not much of a fighter.
I don't know if I could have beaten a single time.
Yeah, your ass would have died quick.
I don't know if I could have survived that. I could have tanked it, but like I don't know if I could have
No,
outdamaged
we wouldn't
him.
have. Yeah, that was pretty much perfect because it was just John. He's the only motherfucker that could survive that.
I am stuck at 99%.
Yeah, I know it takes a while to load some things, and honestly, with this, I love these glasses, but I'm gonna take them off right now. I need to see.
Yeah. I have some similar glasses, just circular with the lenses and stuff, not with the 3 eyes. But that shit hurts your eyes after a minute. I was missing something.
All right, so we come back here. Um, we come back in here into that of the other group essentially, where we come to that of the lunchrooms, and I'm gonna tell you everything that happens for all of you. That we're kind of gonna start with and get into are all gonna be scenes that kind of pretty much start with you. So I'm gonna ask you between you three, who wants to go first?
Am I even here just yet? I'm not even inside.
Don't worry about it yet.
All right, cool.
Not me.
Okay. CC has gotten lunch, and God, I hate going for. CC has gotten lunch, and is furiously scribbling, in a notebook, with a slightly angry face. And is sitting next to the only person that she's talked to so far. That is what I am doing.
Not talking to her either. You're letting her just talk away with that of other people. You're just kind of also there, trying to conversate.
I'm like, what do you think of the teacher? Like, just kind of first thoughts.
Well,
Like, I kind of
it
ask.
depends on what do you mean by that. Like, in what
Like-
way, into what shape, what form do I take that? You know, there's a lot of things to that algorithm that you're asking.
Like or dislike.
So personal, casual, business.
In a college age student to an adult teacher type of relationship.
As a mentor. Why don't you just say that?
I don't know. How stupid of me.
It's all right. We all learn. And either way, if you're asking about others, well, you'd have to kind of meet some of them, but I could definitely tell you about one or two of them. But if you're talking about for the one that we had together, I don't
The one we just met,
specifically
yes.
say that I have any particular opinion yet. She seems to have.
Is it common to assign homework on the first day of class?
You don't have a backpack full of homework already? And also
No,
it's
that was my
not
first class.
and also technically that's not our first week. You're coming in on that of basically that of a well,
It was her first day, wasn't it? So therefore it was the first day.
oh, you mean it in that way. Oh. Why don't you just say that?
No, that is not. I pointed her and kind of laugh, and I go, "No, that is not me just saying that thing. That's you not picking up the cue."
I don't you hear one of the side chicks. I don't know. Sounds like you're just being very mysterious for no reason.
Sounds like I wasn't talking to you, Kathy. I'm also.
I'm dying over here. I muted myself so you didn't hear me laugh so loud. Jesus Christ. I'm not talking to you, Kathy.
Hey now, remember, CC, calm down just a little bit. We're all friends around here.
I mean, you're my friend. They are friends by association because I haven't actually met them yet. In fact, to the point that I didn't know her enough that I called her my own name because I couldn't think of a different name on the spot.
Oh yeah, shit. I didn't catch that.
Well, I don't exactly. Anyways, back onto what we were saying. I personally am fine with that of what did you go by, professor, doctor?
Professor Sinclair or Miss
Oh my
Sinclair.
god, I would never call her doctor in my entire life. No
You think
world.
Maury has a doctorate? She doesn't have enough patience for that shit.
I mean
Actually, no,
that's
true.
literally
She's
a
incredibly
label.
patient.
Like some people are labeled
Yeah.
doctors, some people.
Yeah,
label
but you have
professors in
to.
here.
Don't you have to actually have a
Yeah, you have to
doctorate
have
for
a
that
doctorate.
to?
Yes.
Maury wouldn't have a doctorate based solely on the fact that she doesn't give enough of a shit
Hey
to
man, I'm
work
gonna put
towards
it
one.
out there.
She's
You were given the chance to have a fake ID, and as much as flow you wanted, I don't know what you could have had.
Moiri is not a liar.
she's really not. She might cover up truths with lies with half truths,
we-
but like
If we need lies, CC is who you go to,
Yeah.
not Moiri.
no, Maury will deflect. She won't lie outright.
Well, continue again. Well, Professor Sinclair seems to be, how do you put it? Not off-putting, but not on-putting? Almost kind of like a weird mixture between that of somebody who is has that of almost like an high excellence in everything that they try to do, but secretly probably has a really weird hobby.
Yeah, I bet you she has tons of secrets.
I mean, everyone has their secrets. That's why some people here I wouldn't really just recommend talking to if possible, but everybody here
You
really
see
has
CC's
their
eyes just shine.
own like, well, shine, I'd hope.
And who should I not talk to? So that way I can avoid them.
Let me see. Let me see something. Give me a persuasion. Actually, sorry. Give me a charisma based roll that you want to give me for your skill. Except for performance.
I'll give a persuasion. They're both +8.
Okay, social
Lie.
interaction can be definitely a performance, depending on.
Yeah, but I don't think this is performance. This is just like, let me know.
Yeah, hey. I'm cool and quirky. You should tell me things.
Can I roll? It won't let me roll.
That's wild.
Oh, I'm private
Oh, you're
GMing roll.
oh, okay. I was like, what? You're confusing me.
Why? It defaults to private GM roll on roll mode. I have to change it every time.
That might
Okay,
be a
but I
setting
still
don't
can't
know.
see my roll. Hold on, I'm gonna reload.
We'll get there eventually. It's fine.
Reloading. All right. See you next week.
Yeah, for real. I can't roll. I don't know, man.
It'd be like that, I guess.
I love this tasty black screen. There we go. Why does it default to private G? Well, I can see the roll this time. You can see my roll. I'll figure out how to change that. But 24 was the roll.
I got you. I sees it. With that roll, I will give you 2 names here.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write it down. Write it down. Yeah, well, one person I would always kind of at least keep that of my eye out for would be this one kind of really off-standing and off-putting thing that kind of walks around in the school. But if you were to,
She just goes, "Excuse me."
but if you were to like talk with them, it might be different. It's really strange. I just don't ever remember seeming to talk to them, but like I feel like I still know them in a way, if that makes sense.
Who is it? What do they look like?
Very mechanical. I think you'll know when you see them.
Hmm.
At least I can tell
Hmm.
you the name.
Yeah.
He it they goes by Don Velis Torre.
How do I spell that?
I guessed Donvelus. Is that Don Fellis?
Vestor.
Put it in chat.
Vellis.
Oh, I was so close. Huh. Interesting.
And as for the other one, I don't think it's because of any strange like like essence or anything weird superstitious like that, but there's this professor who's been kind of teaching weird. Almost, but not in the way of how they would teach a class, but in the way that they would almost move around. Like even their body. Some would almost say it's like in a very frightened way.
What teacher? Maybe I have him.
Yeah, there's a potential because this teacher is that of the teacher what's the course? Oh, this teacher teaches the course of hexographs. He goes by, I think, Professor Von Yip.
Von Yip. Y-I-P? Yip?
There you go.
P. Huh.
What was the class that he taught? Hex.
Hexographs.
Yes, he teaches hexographs.
Does CC have that class?
That's up to you if you want to, because it
Is
does.
that a magic-based class?
No, it's more of like the use and like using that of basically using that of blueprints. So a lot of people would take this class. Technically, it's like a basics class, but he teaches like intro up to like a little bit of a higher up standing. So like maybe intro to intermediate or so.
Yeah, I probably have the intro class then. Just because it's 101. I go, oh, I do have that class. I wonder if he's gonna be weird in there.
Well, I don't think he's weird in that bad type of way. All I'm saying is just be mindful and be insightful for what he might say. Okay?
Yeah, I'm always insightful. I got big old noggin.
Speaking of, I don't see someone.
Who's that?
Uh, give me a second. Here we go. I'm not seeing someone who I'm supposed to be here at lunch. They might be a little late, I thought, but it's already been about 10 minutes or so. And as she says that, you will see that of somebody pretty much coming on out uh, towards that of your table almost immediately after opening that of the door. Coming on over, you will see that of a more uh light skinned with brown hazel like almost like longer flowing hair with even some like almost what you would guess to be small back neck tattoos of like some like vines with
How
that
old
of a
does she look?
flower in her hair. uh Basically in pretty much more of like a preppy and purple uniform, fitting more of that of the university itself. She, at the moment, if you were to give her an age range, you really couldn't give her a true age, but you could guesstimate it would be probably around the same age, if not a couple or a few years older than you than you and her. You and sorry, you and
Gotcha.
Melinda. There we go.
I go, Cece kind of just looks over and raises an eyebrow and goes, "Who's that? And why'd the room get quiet when she came in?"
Well, that's because, well, that's my bestie, Rena. Apologies. Apologies for being late, but I'm here now. Did you get me what I asked? And you see that she has that of a second, like, plate of, like, some food, uh, which looks to be almost like a more plant-based diet. You would say like a weird type of salad concoction, instead of it just being a regular salad with like a lot of like different like things put in, like different types of meats or vegetables, but they're kind of in a different form, without it being actual meat. As she hands it over to her, and she says, "Why, thank you. So, what have we been up to now?" As she kind of takes out of a sip of what seems to be like a nice cup of coffee.
Cece kind of tilts her head a little bit and kind of mumbles under her breath, "What have we been up to? I don't know what you've been up to."
She means that like in a kind of objective way. She just means in general what have us as a group or us as units have been doing. Something like that, I think. And if you're
Cece
to,
Cece stifles a like smirk and just goes, "Well, why didn't you say that?"
Yeah. I love Cece so fucking much.
what? Anyways,
Nothing. Never mind.
I mean, I've been doing perfectly fine. I feel like I've been really advancing on in my studies. I've been working on that with my study club too, and I'm hoping to see you there as well. I know you're sometimes busy with your other club, but it'd be really nice to have you. I can only make what I can make, and I think I can try to make that of more time, especially for that of my own bestie, but I will have to say I know it's quite busy for me, as you already know some things I have to deal with. In either case, who's the girl clinging to you?
I look over and kind of scoot one iota away when she says clinging to you. Uh, I kind of hold out my hand and I go, like for a handshake, and I go, "Kathy Cooper with a C."
Kathy Cooper. She
With a
goes
C.
she goes in with like that of a small handshake. It's a small handshake because she kind of like does a kind of upward hand grip for him into the handshake, but like gives you like a light handshake. And give me, and I'm going to tell you before you do anything. Give me an insight roll and give me a history roll. Both those are separate checks, and the DCs are for those are both 25.
I literally need nat 20s.
Well, 1 in 20 chance. Oh my god, I saw it roll on the 21st second.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
Insight
rough.
and history are not. Wisdom and intelligence is not my thing.
It's all good.
No, if only we had a certain smart motherfucker there.
Does she seem uh it's not insight, more just perception? Does she seem like does she seem like the haughty, like ha 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 type preppy, or like the actually nice preppy? like just looking at her face.
I could just tell you, I don't think either. She's the type. I'm gonna tell you right now. She's the type of person going from this kind of way. You can tell that she's more about business. She's the more business is kind of what matters. Type of way where she's not, where she will be mean probably, but like for
Is she like? So is she like the snake girl from Monster Prom?
I won't say anything.
Oh my god.
That's who that reminded me of. Business.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything
I will
about
not say
that now.
anything. Anyways, continue on. What are you saying?
After the handshake, I kind of just go, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm Cece. I just started. You asked who I am. Joined the I've joined the defunded magic. Uh,
The
magic
Magic
arcane.
Committee. The
Yeah, that.
Arcane Committee.
Yeah, that one.
You see her face instantly is that of a repulsed face. I see.
You don't like magic?
No. Then there will be no liking that of magic for what it can do. I see. I tried to hope you were that of just someone in that of a mere uniform, out of disrespect or some sick joke. But I see you are actually fully committed into that of the arcane.
Well, I'm not so much as committed. They asked me to come here.
And you're willing to work for them. That sounds like commitment
Well,
to
I'm
me.
willing to work for this. Well, you can't get hex tech without magic, so Piltover loves its hex tech.
And hopefully in the future, for what I have planned, we won't need it anymore.
I actually support that. No hex tech sounds pretty good.
No, I mean on the no magic.
Well, how are you gonna get magic technology without magic?
Why? Ugh. I would try to explain it to simpleton like you would never understand. She proceeds
Them
to
fighting words.
She proceeds to like get up, sets down that whatever coffee she had, and she goes, "Next time, pick better friends." And she's gonna start just kind of walking away.
I kind of dust my hand that I used to shake it, like, off on my cloak, and I kind of look at Melinda and be like, "Man, your friend's kind of mean."
You see, as the other people that were around are also like, this was kind of awkward, and they start kind of shifting away to other places.
That's fine.
Yeah, secondhand embarrassment's real.
Man,
Yeah.
she's gonna hate it when I join the study club out of spite, just so she has to endure my presence.
Can you? I'm going to have to ask this as a very serious thing to you. If we're going to be friends in the future, I will have to ask you to respect her.
I mean, I did nothing to disrespect her.
I know,
Literally.
but just hear me out for a second.
Mhm.
It's not your fault that you believe in that of the arcane and want to do all that of your study. Whatever anyone wants to do is whatever anyone wants to do, and I believe in that of everyone's rights to study. My issue is, well, her issue being her family was in that of an accident due to such arcane. With her being one of the only ones left alive, you can imagine her having somewhat of a history with that of magic, which is why she's trying her best to replace that of the need of hex tech with a more ethical
Well, how's she
source.
gonna do that?
Well,
Does she have a plan for that, or is that just hopeful ideology?
well, she's going here to college for her own reasons, so I can only assume that means that she's planning to do something herself about it. But even
So
then, all I'm
I
saying
got a
is be
serious question
careful
for
about
you,
it.
Melinda.
Mhm.
How do I respect her while still doing my studies?
Well, I'm just saying don't try to cause or try to get into any fights with her, okay?
What part of my appearance made it seem like I was gonna get in a fight with her? I shook her hand and said what I did, and then she walked away from me.
I'll I don't know, some people can be very vengeful and wrathful. I once accidentally stepped on somebody's toes and I got a bunch of toads in my locker. Wasn't really nice.
You see CC hides a laugh, like he holds in a laugh, and she
Yeah.
goes, "That's kind of good though. Like that's a good one."
Is it really good when I have to deal with the fact that I got toad poisoning? And I had
Did
to
you get
burn that
back
off
at
for
him?
a few weeks afterwards?
Did you get back at him?
No. That's not
Like
what you
turn all their
do.
gold into silver?
You don't do
Why
that.
not?
My God.
You don't get back
Why
at
not?
someone just because they did something bad once. That's how you repeat history.
What are you talking about, Melinda?
You have
The
to be
only way to
better.
get bad people to stop is to make them realize you're not an easy target.
Cece, honestly, you're gonna need to work on some of your ethics in the future, really badly. And she's gonna kind of get up and scooch out away, and she will also start to leave.
But I go, we'll work on it. I eat her food.
Do you eat the non-touched vegetarian delight?
Yes, I eat literally all of it. I have to pay for. We have to use student pass to pay for it. I'm not gonna let it go to waste. That's how college. That's how college scams you.
Everything tastes like like everything else is good except for that of like the salad. The salad pretty much tastes more rubbery in every shape, way, or form, with that of every substitute it has. But hey, it's a healthy salad.
Hey, I support veganism. CC supports veganism. It's fun.
All right,
Live your own life. I'm gonna give some salad to Cool Crab.
cool crap. That being said, I feel like the next person to go should probably. No, I'll just leave it up to y'all. No, never mind, never mind. Actually, no, I got an idea for how I want to do this. Okay, so since CC went first, and I'm gonna go with the other person that's already in here, then uh, Ajax, my good fellow.
Mm-hmm.
This is stuff that technically would have been happening. I would say probably at the same time as that was happening, or if not shortly after, in any shape, way, or the form, because this is just basically during lunchtime. You sit down. You got your sit down. You have some nice pretty ladies around. They're trying to still kind of flirt around a little bit with that of um with that of uh Junior here.
My boy.
The issue with it is he's still very, self-conscious. You can tell he's not really budging too much for anything like that, and it's pretty much just you and Ajax sitting together. Sorry, you and Junior sitting together. Give me a second.
The chili got to him.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Armageddon.
Natsu setting me up for enemies to lovers, by the way, is crazy.
I fucking love that shit so much. I am eating this shit up. You have no idea.
It's
Sorry,
perfect
I'm sorry.
enemies to lovers. I hope Natsu's ready to
I'm sorry. I
RP.
had to do something real quick. I'm here. What are you
Yeah,
talking
the chili got to you.
No, I'm good. I'm not that fast. Where you're leaving off at that of Junior here, and pretty much Junior and Ajax mostly, with that of some people kind of like around, obviously, again trying to chat with them, but mostly not really working. A Ajax.
Yes.
Outside of the very large meal that you ordered, why are you still here?
Because I'm
Wow,
eating.
telling you to leave.
What'd you say?
What was it?
Said because I'm still eating.
Yeah, but like, I'm not trying to say I have like a problem like that or anything, but technically you're still choosing to sit there, which is next to me.
Do you not want me to sit here?
I didn't say that either. I was just more so pointing it out, I guess.
You weird little guy.
Oh, okay. It's just
You be nice to my boy right goddamn now.
Hold on, let me correct myself. No, man, I see him do like that. I said I don't mean that in a bad way. It's funny good. Funny well. Being normal is boring.
um I don't think being normal is boring. I think being normal would be a lot better than what some people would have to deal with. At least I can put my own opinion out for that.
Mm, to each their own, I guess. I've never been normal by, I guess, their standards.
Yeah, but
And
it's quite alright.
he kind of gestures towards, he kind of gestures towards all the little glowing bits around on his person, his hair and stuff.
Well, I will at least then, I guess, try to get to know you a little bit then, if you don't mind, since I guess you're gonna be following me around, it feels like. You're almost like my
We're
own little
friends
Well,
now. We're
NPC.
grabbing.
Ah!
What level of fourth wall are we breaking right now?
that's what
I
I'm.
feel like that
Okay,
feels like third and a half wall.
This is like Natsu made his own freaking fan fiction in D&D.
I am
feels
eating
so
this
fan.
shit up
This all
so
feels
much.
so fan fiction.
Hey, Sabs, do you want to repeat
Usopp.
what sorry, see, you want to repeat what I told you in DMs earlier?
Yeah, I got it. I know.
I love it
Hmm?
today. I basically told him today's gonna be a wild ride. At least for me
I'm into
personally.
that.
Okay,
He then
okay.
after calling you kind of like his own little NPC, gives you like a little head pat, but has to reach up to head pat you.
I love my boy.
No, Ajax more gonna be just looking at him inside his eyebrows, eating, more confused to anything why he's doing this.
Uh, you just hear that of like a bunch of like, oh, coming from that of the crowd, and he goes, well, I am feeling little bit peckish, as all the girls pretty much start to go like, "I'll get you some. No, I'll get you some. No, I'm gonna get this something." They're gonna start like, not like full fighting, but somewhat fighting over to the food station getting food.
Can I whisper in his ear about more food to get, or even say it out loud?
If you have something on your mind, you should say it.
No, I tell him, whisper. I want him to say it out loud specifically.
Why would I do that?
Just try it.
Try what? Just yelling out, "I want more food"?
Be right back. Bro.
No, the specific. Yeah, just saying you want the food. I just say it out loud. Don't mention my name at all. Just say it out loud though.
What are you wanting? They're about to leave.
I don't know, cake or something.
Do you mind also grabbing some cake? They happily agree and go into the kitchen.
He kind of looks at what's his name again. This whole thing is throwing me off. What's
Uh,
his name?
it's his name is Seb Junior, but most people
Sam
call him
Jr.
Seb Junior, SEB, but most people call him Junior.
Honest is kind of gonna look at him, kind of spark in his eye. He said, "We're gonna get along just fine."
Right. So, as I was saying before, we should definitely get to know each other before we even become certain, hopefully allies, I guess. Friends? Is that what you'd go with? I don't really try to have too many of those around.
Why not?
Um, my own reasons, but what are you going to school for? What's your degree you're going for?
What degree would be the mech enhancements? Cause I'm trying to enhance my speed or dex, whatever, with mecha bits.
If you're talking about anything mech related, that would be more into the robotic side of stuff, which is still very far off of getting to like full mechs, but is in the works.
Or I tell him mech stuff basically. I tell him that I'm not the fastest guy, so I'm trying to use technology to enhance that.
Mech stuff. Are you like are you like one of those like hex tech rangers I see in plays? Is that what you're trying to be?
That's a thing. Kinda, not really.
They made a few iterations of it actually. There's hex tech warriors, hex tech slayers. There's been a good few. Man, you need to
Onyx,
get
not
out and
Onyx.
watch some
God
good
dang.
plays sometime.
Ajax is gonna kind of give him like a confused face, saying like he don't know what that is at all.
Well, anyways, it sounds like you're trying to go for some type of robotics degree, so I would just go with that. Maybe more in the terms of if you want to go more for your own um, weapon armaments, more of a hex tech armament degree, which makes me kind of curious onto why you'd want to do that. Well, you look kind of big and tough to me.
I am. Thank you for noticing. But I'm slow. Not mentally, but physically, I'm not fast at all.
Oh, I wasn't gonna judge you if you were for the first part, but it's fine. You,
I
I
mean, if I was
believe.
the first part, I don't think I would have been here.
Well, why not? Everyone has some type of like injury that they could always have. I know injuries aren't really like the best for anyone to really talk about, especially with like new diseases coming out and stuff like that. So I completely understand. My thing is, again, for you, you're already big and strong. Why would you need something more?
I tell him about me slipping up on a spell somebody cast because I wasn't fast enough to get out of the way.
Oh, oh. Well, you survived though, right?
And I'm here talking to you, so I guess.
And survival is what matters the most, whether it's because of your own decisions or other decisions. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you seem strong to me then. Anybody that's still living, I think, is a very strong individual. So just remember that, big guy.
I love him.
Onyx is just going. I mean, not Onyx. Why do I keep saying Onyx? Ajax is just going to be like staring out into nothing right now while he's munching on some food, just thinking about this.
You know, I really wish that I could grow stronger like you. It's, well, maybe it's a little TMI on the first day of us knowing each other, but I've been dealing with my own kind of challenges. Having to upkeep and maintain with that of my what did I say this was? Ah, trying to keep up and maintain up with that of the degree I'm trying to keep up with, which would be that of, well, a degree of exploring and navigating. I'm trying to become one of the explorers for the Explorers Guild, or at least for my own purposes. I'm
Out of character. What is that?
what, the Explorers Guild or Explorers degree?
Yes.
Because I can't tell you what the degree is without you asking. Specifically, like finding out more of it like later on. Because
I
a
guess
lot
the
of these
guild.
degrees are kind of like somewhat, I guess, I don't want to say made up, but like a lot of these degrees are gonna sound made up names. But the actual guild, the Adventurers Guild, uh, is a is literally, sorry, not Adventurers Guild. It's an Explorers Guild, and it's quite literally as it sounds. Is It's a guild for pretty much like merchant, like trading, for merchant, for both that of merchant trading and actually going out and exploring places, finding artifacts. Um, uh, it's almost like that of just an Adventurers Guild if you were to think of like an Adventurers Guild almost, but definitely more in the tasks uh of the basically the merchant and exploration.
All right.
But the difference with the merchant one is usually they have the more luxurious items between, like, going between them, but that's because again they're going out and actually getting rare stuff. But
Okay.
that's the Explorers Guild.
Uh,
At least the base knowledge that anybody could get.
that's good enough. I just need that basics. Okay. Why would you want to go join them? You don't get me wrong, but you don't seem like the type to be in that kind of field.
It's okay, it's okay. I get that a lot. I'm trying to go out because I'm trying to find somebody. And that's an adventure that I want to take no matter what it takes. But to find that somebody, I also have to get stronger as well. And everything's just so physically tiring and mentally tiring between everything that I don't know if I'll be able to really keep going at this rate. I've as I for the was saying before for the TMI part, well, I also have to keep up with training. I kind of have to do very physical training that I keep up with during the night with somebody, and it can be very taxing. Especially when you have to try to figure out quantum hexograph physics, you know what I mean?
Well, I know what you mean for at least one part of that statement.
Well, I'll take that. But in general, that's why I look at you to be so strong too, because sometimes I forget how hard it is just to keep going. And you look like someone that's gonna keep going in life. As he says that, though, the girls are back. They got num nums. They try to feed him num
Ain't gonna
nums.
lie. June's kind of bringing me down a little bit. Oh, he's dropping a lot of heavy stuff. I was not expecting this.
He brought,
I'm
but the
bored.
girls brought num nums and cakes. Maury, how could you deafen? You deafened earlier at the time that I made a reference to that we have plays that are that make Hex Tech Rangers a real thing.
Aw.
Yeah, you never heard of the
God damn it.
the mighty Power Morphin Hex Tech Rangers?
I fucking loved Power Rangers as a kid. God damn it.
I did. I used to be on that thing every Saturday morning. I'd be right there on the
Mhm.
couch.
My parents loved it, so they had me watch it. They're like, this is cool.
Anyways,
Oh boy.
that ends the scene for you.
They used to
As
see me stealing some cake too.
you were also given some cake, and you can kind of decide if you want to try to help him later on, or even how you would even try to help him later on, if you care about it that much. And if you don't, you guys are just friends right now.
I can help you in training, but that's about. I'm confident in that at least. Training.
I will tell you, he will tell you no. He does not want help with training specifically like that because of the training he's already going through with the person he's already going to, that he's trying to keep it like private. So it's more of like he doesn't know what to do because everything's so intense. Maybe he just needs some fun. Who knows? With that being said, we go into the last scene here. Or I say last scene, but the third one here for that of Mori. Bring yourself out, Mori.
Miss Sinclair, sit over here. I want to talk to you about school.
Yeah, no, this is all happening at whatever parts, so we're just gonna ignore them.
Yeah, she came in at like
Anyways,
10 minutes after everybody else did, so she'd get her food after the line had cleared. Where would she sit?
it's kind of up to you where you'd want to sit, but I'm gonna kind of explain to you the scenario here as I'm getting things around. Wherever you end up choosing to sit, after this is wherever you choose to end up sitting. But I'm just gonna say in this cafeteria, we will go to that of Mori, as Mori, or I should say that of Professor Sinclair, is that of pretty much getting whatever food that they would want out of like the the cafeteria form of like a bunch of different types of foods to get from the front when you got your tray, your metal tray. And as you're kind of like making your food, you get two more people behind you who actually kind of quickly go up to you a little bit, in like a more sudden fashion, and they're kind of like, uh, and you kind of hear the words of like, "Would you happen to be that of the new professor?"
She will turn to face whoever is speaking to her. Um, who do I see?
You see, as I said before, two individuals who both seem to actually be very much, very much, in the terms of not what you would normally expect of like students, but maybe not what you would expect of professors either. Maybe a different type of staff. Who knows? But looking at them, you will see the person who was talking first. Uh, a nice, a nice girl here, who, uh, who has that of basically a bunch of darker brown or darkened brown hair, kind of leading into a bun with blue hair, and a bunch of what seems to be like herbs or and in potions, just kind of all strewn about her outfit, almost representing a weird type of gardener or alchemist at least. And she proceeds to oh yeah, I forgot she has that a really big nose piercing and ear piercing. That is there. And she puts out her hand and she proceeds to say, "Very rude of me, I'm very sorry. My name, or at least the ones that people call me by here, is the Hex Mixologist Sony."
Mixologist Sony? Is that spelled like a certain S-O-N-Y? Cool.
Hex Mixologist Sony. And I wanted to introduce myself as me and another professor were more so curious on that of the very first professor coming in after a long time. You don't really get many around, as you might get some more upstairs from others, but if you don't mind, would you care if we joined you for lunch? And um you will see the other one behind her. Seems to be more of a man with some type of braids in his hair, maybe more of like a leaf laurel or something like that, but with that of already green shaded hair, smoking that of a cigarette, kind of just in that of their mouth as they're kind of still prepping and taking food, but looking at you kind of with like a smile. And with like the smile, the eyes kind of closed, even to like represent he has goodwill when she said that.
Yes, I am the new professor. You may refer to me as Miss Sinclair. Sorry, out of character. What did they ask again?
They just wanted to have a sit down. So they wanted to sit and eat lunch with you. They just wanted to talk with you.
I would not be against sharing lunch. Is there a preferred place that you would like to sit?
Wherever you think is best.
She will slide, I guess, over to where the... Oh, I still have my combat HUD up. I was like, what is taking up half my screen? She will sit right over here. This table. And set her food down, which is probably just a decent bit of some meats and like your typical like greens and shit. Very much eating with like very properly, very fancily. Never sets aside that kind of very professional upbringing and like proper procedures and everything for everything. Once she sits down, she probably doesn't relax terribly much, but just a little. You are the hex mixologist, and you are, and she says, turning to the green-haired man, because I haven't gotten a name or designation for him.
He gives that of a good whiff, puff on that of what he's got in his of a cigarette he's got in his mouth as he blows it out. "Name's Keith Steins. Well, Steins without an N. It's kind of hard to say. But you'll get it eventually, I'm pretty sure. I'm
And your
kind of wouldn't say necessarily head, but one of the professors here with engineering and robotics. Pleasure to meet you.
engineering and robotics, I assume you are probably one of the people that oversee much of the hex tech technology within the academy?
Of course I do. It's very high tech stuff and very how do you put it? Life threatening things. That's why we keep it away from most people. Or at least of the open hands. Only very few
Yeah.
people that are gonna get trusted with that type of information.
Makes sense. I do have a slight interest in perhaps looking over some of the technology within the. Is this an out of character? This is an academy or a university? I cannot remember for the
It's
life
a
of me.
university.
Okay. I do have a slight curiosity as to the inner workings of technology and hex tech within the university, but considering that much of it might be closed off to me, I would not be against sharing notes or whatnot that I can look into.
He gives a big puff. Lets it go. Nope.
She will just nod and take a bite of her food. Real quick, how do you spell his last name? Steis? She said Steins.
So, like I was saying, it's hard to. He's saying it on purpose. Like he's saying it's without an N, but you say it's pronounced
Oh.
like Steins.
I would love to take a look at your nose. Nope.
Nope.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest. I thought about it. That's just his reaction, but he would give that reaction. So, just nope. Don't mind him. He's on the more private side as he's given more specialized information because he thinks he's special. Well, technically I was given very high classified information. I can't really just yes. Very special. In either case, this isn't about us, it is about you. Well, more of our connection towards you, I guess. What exactly are you teaching again?
Where did I write it down again?
You wrote down the dis.
Here, I got it.
He said, "I've studied."
Technomancy and its uses is the short term.
You think Maury's going to say the short-term name for anything ever? I teach the creation, application, and effects of technomancy and hex machinery within the world at large, or technomancy and its uses.
You see, Sony's just like, "What?" And Keith's just like,
blinks.
"You know what? I don't know why. I kind of got that essence off of you."
I'm taking a drink.
I wouldn't say it was that specific, but I'm pretty close.
It's over technomantic inventions and the like. Not necessarily specified to hex tech, but of the surrounding applications and creations as well.
Long story short, if things blow up or you need things to potentially be fixed after they blow up, just come get me.
Noted. I need to write down the name of this class before I forget it again.
Either
Lord.
way, I do also still have to teach some classes here, so it won't always be available, but in either case, Sonny, you think it's time? She kind of looks back.
Just more.
Just a quick second here. Yeah, they kind of look back at each other a little bit for a second. They're like, so, I was wondering, especially with the way of how sophisticated you seem to be, what is your view stance between that of the things happening between Piltover and Zon? Keith kind of like looks over at you and goes, I'm gonna be dead honest. Blows out a little bit of smoke. Just dim it down to, do you think a war will eventually break out? And you see Sonny's like, no, not like that. It's more sophisticated than that.
I will not necessarily say that I believe a war will break out anytime soon, but if things continue to progress at the way they are, I am not one to disagree with the idea of skirmishes breaking out leading up to further conflict. I do have a hope that perhaps the settlements or agreements can be made to shape the future of our cities to a more peaceful resolution, yet with the current aggressiveness of much of Zon and the rather strict hold that a lot of Piltover tries to hold over them, as well as their own greeds, I do not see a peaceful solution being made anytime soon.
Well, does that mean, oh, just spit it out. Does that mean that you're going to fight for the war if that happens? Or are you against it?
I am not for open conflict, but I will serve which ways I must, either as one to bury the dead or one to lead people to a better life. I have no intention on settling on a side without an overview of the entire picture. I will not align myself in such ways. Although I do seek to help people wherever I can, should they be Piltovan or Zonite themselves.
You see a ding in your top left corner, and it just says, 2 people will remember that.
Three. Three people.
3 people. That's a wild eavesdropper. No, but
I'm at the table literally next to them.
Yeah, literally right next to us.
That's not even on me.
I will say that despite my family's history of living within Piltover, we do assist Zonites and anybody who comes to us for help. If a war were to break out, we will likely be there to clean up the dead of those who remain. It's been the way that our history has followed for much time.
I see. I'm very sorry to bring that up. You did work with the
It
dead?
is-
That's fucking cool.
I am a mortician and a forensic anthropologist, and although currently I am taking up a role as a professor due to my own interests within techmaturgy, and a hopeful way of persuading the next generation to be smarter with their creative talents than what we have seen in the past. I am tired of weapons.
You know, you could learn a lot off of this person, Keith. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'll hear more about Naggin later. Look, I gotta start heading over. I feel like there's about to be a bring as he gets on his little walkie-talkie sendies, kind of sound like his hex radio. Yep. I'm gonna skedaddle. Look, nice to meet you. Professor Sin. I don't know what you really wanted.
Sinclair.
Let us call you Professor Sin. So anyways, I'll talk with you later. Good luck.
Maury's eye twitches at that, but she lets it go.
Well, it was very nice meeting you, but I guess I should go because I have to start attending to a bunch of plants as well. But
Before
hopefully
you
we can
go,
work better in the
Miss,
future. Or
of
more in
course,
the future.
Miss Sony. Before you go, I am very curious about your hexmixology class, and I do hope to speak to you in the future. I am trying myself to undergo ways to create some elixirs for whatever may come in the future. So I would be curious.
Of course, just come to my lab in the future and we can talk. And she
Of
gives
course.
you the number. Like I don't know what number it would be at the top of my head.
Like the room number.
335
Yeah.
or something.
Got it.
And she's going to give you a nice farewell and also leave.
Mori will continue eating her lunch in silence and peace, unless Cece decides to be a pain in her ass.
Speaking of, you see, you see Cece kind of just lean over the table and go, "Ah, Miss Sinclair."
Slow head turn, like, to Cece. It's like, actually, she sets down her fork on the plate. Miss Koopa?
You join the plebs in the regular cafeteria.
I am not against eating in a public space.
So she shows her notebook. I finished your assignment.
I gave you that assignment 20 minutes ago.
And I finished it. I'm a star student.
I would recommend you take more time to look over it and edit and study your notes before turning it in. I will not be lenient on you despite our previous interactions.
DC leans her head and goes, "What previous interactions?"
So we were both brought in here at the same time.
Oh, those previous interactions. So your people left you?
I would not say that they are my people. Simply because somebody else is a professor does not mean they are my people.
Yeah, that's what I meant. By your people.
And she will turn her head away and continue eating, completely ignoring Cece.
You could just feel on the back of your neck Cece staring at you.
She doesn't give a shit.
That's fun.
With that being said, we're gonna a couple small things here, and then we're gonna go on break. But I say couple small things because it's gonna technically be small things, but I'm gonna explain everything here. We're gonna continue with Mori as we're not technically fully done with her. As
Boy.
after lunch, Mori proceeds on to finally discover something.
Hold on, let me get my notes out.
Let me just see. Do we class?
Hold on, let me switch out to my other chair real quick because I cannot reach my keyboard on this one.
All right, Mori, it's time.
Oh shit.
You've been given some time to look at classes, making up some stuff. Got your situation to your nice apartment. But here's the thing. We still haven't taken a look at the lab.
Ooh, my lab. That's
Your
not what
own-
Maury says, but that's what I'm saying.
Your own personal university lab. As you go in with that is like maybe the keys to the door going in. I'm not gonna say this is more so just a picture for a picture, but it is pretty much very spacious, like this room without the people in it as well, with very many assortments of boxes, boxes and just other stuff that couldn't fit in boxes essentially, as there's a huge amount of lab equipment and more that you could pretty much more than likely order. It is a grandeur of a space, as well as a potential space that you could also use for other things, such as that of what's like some other people do and use and some professors do and use their rooms like this, their lab rooms into that of club rooms. Not everyone does it. Some people do it. Uh, in either case, uh, and with that being said, though, looking into this lab, you are going to have a couple things you can do whilst you're in this lab. I would suggest writing these down, or a couple of
Alright.
things that you're going to have to do / keep
Hold on.
up with.
So much things to keep up with. I'll move my mic away from my keyboard so you don't hear me typing so much. Hold on. Let me actually just. Huh. Don't know why my noise suppression isn't working.
It should be all good. It's you
All
ready?
right. Yep.
So first and foremost, it's because I already said it, I'm just going to restate it. It is spacious enough to move stuff in, sleep in here even if you wanted. That's what some people have even used it for, if not for club rooms as well. Like it's very spacious, very nice, and gives you plenty of room for work. And why is it leaving plenty of room for work? For this next reason. This is going to be a big one. Whilst you are in that of your private lab here, you have an infinite amount of uses of any tools related to the kind of lab you want. Example, if you work on hex tech, weaponry, and armor and stuff like that, you would have access to like tinker's tools, smith's tools, gunsmith's tools, anything that you would want that additionally could work into that. And also, additionally to that, using it this way, you also gain back any lost material on failed checks. This private lab may be used in tandem with others as long as they have skills and proficiency to do so. If done so, it takes your highest score and has advantage on certain rolls.
All right.
The downside, you have to make up semi-consistent work progress documents, however you would want to put it, and it needs to be submitted and shown as proof of record for school to keep up with funding for your lab. No funding, no lab, and potential expulsion.
So, question, real quick. The tools that are going to be infinitely provided to me, do I only have the ability to select one tool set for the entirety of my time here, or can there be multiple sets of tools? Because I
No,
have
it's
proficiency in so many.
No, as I said, it's multiple sets of tools. When I was doing the example, I was saying, what type of lab is it? Those are the type of tools it would be. So, like, you would have a multitude of different types of tools here.
Okay. So, let
And
me think on that.
basically, any tools that you could even think that would relate to what you're
Definitely,
doing and making.
definitely an inventor's tool set, which is kind of like the basic techmaturgy stuff.
Yeah, I think
Works
that's
with my
like
technology score.
definitely think that's basic in like everybody's. But you can think about that as you want later on. I just wanted to put out there that's what the lab is for now. A couple more things I want to, the couple last things here I want to put out. I want also you guys to choose because we will be doing some of a time skip here a little bit shortly for you guys. Uh, as I wanted to ask, did you guys want to join a specific club? Did you guys want to make up your own club? Or did you guys want to just ignore the clubs in general? Um,
I think setting up our own club might be really interesting because it would be a really good way for us to all get together.
to start a
Can we
club,
only be
you
in
need
one club?
at least a professor and 2 willing students.
Done.
You can be in multiple clubs, but keeping up with more clubs than 2 is really hard. I'll put it like that.
That's fine. I'll for the mission, CC would join, uh, making the club, with Moiri, but then she also wants to join the study club.
Yeah, that's what I was
We
about to
just
say too.
gotta have a concept for the club itself that makes sense within Mori as well as the other ones. Can you, real quick, list out the clubs that have been? Hold on, actually.
I think I posted, but I'll repost it.
Study, oddball club, I think, and then
Study club.
like the technology club or something. The arcane and its uses in technomancy could be a club that relates to both
Yes,
poetry
that's
and me.
what I was.
So
don't
I
know
just
what-
want to point out, these are not all the clubs, as I said before. There are smaller time clubs. You guys just don't know about some of them.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
because I'm
CC
going to
wants to
tell
play-
you, just real quick, because I'm going to tell you this, Ajax, you would find out very quickly that if you're interested to know, your friend is in, your fish friend here is in that of the Future of Exploration Club, which is not a very popular club, but it is that of pretty much like a club for people who want to be want to be explorers and the future of
I am
exploration.
interested. I am interested in what he's doing. I'm not about to be in that club. I need to be studying. Ajax is not the smartest guy. He's not book smart, so he needs to be studying.
DC joins the study club because Melinda is in it.
This is really just gonna be an enemies to lovers story for you, huh?
Oh, I'm going for
CC
it.
in specific. Hell yes, gamer. CC learns
Not
morals
to,
and also falls in love.
but also corrupts. It corrupts them.
So you
Good
guys,
fucking luck.
if you want to use this room to say this is your meeting spot, at least for the first time, you for the first day you can. But I'm gonna tell you, you guys all kind of beforehand had like that of a meeting spot or meeting time, meeting whatever it is, to come up together for the
Mhm.
first day and at least kind of discuss like again if you wanted that of what you guys are doing for the clubs as well as just in general going like what's your plans going in the future. But I will say in this meeting here that you guys put together, you will only notice it is the three of you. You do not see John or Rago in here, but they were told beforehand the times.
I was
Huh.
gonna say definitely it should be something magic based, not just because CC is magic, but because people seem to look down on magic, and we don't actually want people joining.
Heck yeah.
Right.
I'm fully for it being an advanced study of magic. It works within
Yeah.
technology and the like.
Magic and its uses in technomancy is its short name.
Mhm.
And since
We
we
need to
covered it,
make
I'm gonna post my
we
homework.
need we need to make magic like bold and technomancy like lowercase.
Yeah. Yes.
You will.
Magic and
I
bold.
feel like you're gonna have to make a tough case on why, as a professor, you're allowing this club to be made.
Well, magic is just is an actual thing, even
No,
if it's
but like
defunded.
to the no, but like for the professor, because like it would be easier if that's like their complete study, but this is like almost halfway into the study.
Your whole technology is based off of magic. Not studying magic is crazy by itself.
You know, my science teacher literally made a board game club, right?
Hey, I'm
Mhm.
just putting it out there, but also I'm more so putting it out there because for the magic side, there's reasons why magic is still very downsided. So do what you want. With that being
Hey,
said,
look,
though, you guys go ahead and kind of somewhat choose in between the clubs. Like I said, have your own chat. If you guys want to talk in character, now's your chance. But afterwards, we will go into break and then come back to the next scene.
Is the
All
time
right.
skip now
Alright.
or later? Like when we come back.
No, it'll be later after we come back. Pretty much, if you think about it
I
like that.
posted my homework.
Alright.
He
I'll
actually did it.
read that in a little bit. How do we feel about that being named the study of magic and its applications within technomancy?
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as magic's bold, I don't care.
The study of magic.
Mori is not the one who made the flyers for it, but sure.
He's
There's
the
a
one.
singular flyer, and it's kind of torn because Cece just left it in her pocket over the entire day. Forgot to actually put it up somewhere.
Well, we
Hey,
don't
look,
actually
Ajax is
want
going.
people joining, right, Moiri? Wasn't that the idea?
I
People
copy
can
and
still
paste it.
join.
I know, but we don't want them joining, so we're not going to advertise it.
I mean, I'm just saying you
Hey,
never know.
We gotta corrupt these people into loving magic somehow.
I would love to have my boy join, but I mean they don't have to. I just think it'd be really nice if I could have him. Anyways,
Hey, CC, what kind of pranks can you do with magic? I feel like we need to stir up the score somehow.
Oh, UCCC smiles, probably the evilest smile that you've ever seen her smile and go, well, I can put grease under people and make them fall over. That's always a good one. I can tell a horrifically bad joke and then make them laugh and make everybody else think they're crazy for laughing at my bad joke. I can detect their thoughts and do their deepest insecurities out loud. That's a pretty good one. If somebody else has magic, I can just get rid of it and then gaslight them into making it so they think they never had magic in the first place.
you're saying this out loud,
Yes.
and Mori is like, I guess she's like halfway through rifling through some stuff. She looks up to you and gives you the coldest glare you have ever seen her give. Outside of the time where you assumed that her family was stealing from the dead, and gives you just a death glare. Just a, you better fucking not, at least not in my class.
UCCC just like puts her hands up and goes, he asked. I didn't say I would do it. I said I can.
And they're
Do it.
very good ideas.
Away from
I used
me.
to always flash freeze
Actual
my
harmless
enemies'
one?
drinks. I used to freeze all my enemies' drinks, so they just had to eat ice.
A harmless one I can do is I can tap them like in the shoulder, like from behind, and then when they turn around, I can teleport away, like before they turn around, so it's like no one ever tapped them and they think they're crazy.
Crazy.
I can make all their homework always fly out the window, or fly away
Mori
from them.
is deeply sighing as she ruffles through or moves stuff through boxes
What
and
about
starts
you,
moving things
Moira?
around.
What pranks can you do? And again, I'm not saying will do. I'm saying can do, Moiri. What pranks can you do?
Probably will do it.
I do not have to answer that question. I am moving on before I.
Oh, so you can't do any pranks.
I have
That's
no
unfortunate.
intention to pull a prank on anybody.
I didn't ask if you had the intention. I asked what could you do? If you had to do a prank to stay alive, what prank would you do?
You see her eye starts twitching. Um,
If you don't do this prank, your family name gets rubbed in the ground.
you say that as if my family name has not been rubbed in the ground for centuries. It would be nothing new.
Her family. I look at
Yeah.
Ajax and I go, her family name is literally about the ground. Ajax. That one doesn't work.
Yes, that's true. I guess they literally put people below rock bottom. I guess that really doesn't work.
Mori just continues to ignore them. Uh,
Oh, you got stuck with us. You got stuck with
yeah.
the worst people.
She is like every stupid half comment thrown her way. She's just ignoring it so much. You see her eye twitch a little bit every little bit now and then, but she is maintaining that facade of utter neutrality outside of the fact that you probably get a very dirty glare every now and again.
I would say after like 10 minutes or so, it eventually stops, and I go, on an actual serious note, I am kind of curious to be able to use magic in an official setting.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I can't hide. I can't hide a magic. Like literally, I got a piece of me glowing.
Right? Every
Like,
time I
how
do
am I supposed
magic
to
in
hide
the
that?
streets, enforcers come.
you could perhaps place sealers on yourself to hide your natures, but I would not advise it. It causes
Why would I
strains on
hide
the
my
body.
nature? Because they. Like, why would I hide my nature? Because they magic phobic.
It attracts the wrong attention. Although, when you speak of doing magic in a... CC has ascended. When you speak of doing magic in a professional and more open sense, what do you mean by that? Do you mean continuing your tricks in the open, or in a
I mean,
more...
I'm gonna do that, but I meant in regards to the club, like being able to, like, do my magic that, like, I'm not usually able to do. Like, there's magic, but then there's, like, magic, you know? And it's like, I can do magic on the street, but I can't do my good magic.
So is your attempt here to utilize it in a form that would be more freeing?
I mean, my intention is to use it in a form that, is, actually lets me use it. In what form? I guess that's you as the, I do quotes, professor to decide.
I am curious what you will do, but as of now, I do not have any ideas for what you could do with your magic. Although I am curious to test and see what you can do.
I always had a thought of, do you think if you take like powered hex tech because it's like part magic and part technology, if I cast dispel magic on it, would it cease to function?
A dispel magic, considering that hex tech runs off of a hex core, I am more curious as if it would simply cease the flow of its use, or outright disable it permanently. As in,
It
no
could blow up
recovery is
too, though.
possible. That would be as if the energy would be expelled outward. I believe that dispel magic simply removes it entirely.
Yeah.
I believe it would be more of a powering it down for a period of time, ceasing its flow entirely. If you do wish to test it, I could use one of my pieces of technology, or I could create another one.
I wonder how one of those hex cores would taste.
I don't think you should eat the hex core agents.
They do not particularly have a taste.
I mean,
You
like,
tasted it?
wait, how do you know that?
Yeah, you tasted it.
She points to the hex core, the black hex core that is embedded into her fucking sternum. I have these. I have used these. They work. And she will reach into her little statuette of Alexios and will pull one out of its chest. You kind of roll it in between her fingers.
Does that hurt when you just pulled that out of your chest?
No, I pulled it out of Alexios. It's
Oh,
his
I
power.
thought you said pulled it out of your chest. I
No.
go, does that
No,
hurt?
no, no, no. It functions kind of like a heart for Alexios, but for her, hers cannot be removed unless it is forcefully and
Well,
painfully.
I'm not gonna turn off your drone, but it does make me curious on if I could.
It's like, what is the term? Licking a battery?
I was more like instead of eating, I'm more like sucking it like
And
a
she'll snap it
candy
back in
suck
place.
on.
What I am saying here is not from my soul experiences, but when you have a younger sister as I do, they get curious and it's bad.
Very
Experiments get to be done.
well. We can time skip, I would say.
Yeah, this is just going to be this conversation continuing forever and ever and ever. After that note, Maury kind of like turns around. Has anybody seen John anywhere?
No, in fact, I haven't seen Rago either. I kind of expected them to be eating lunch.
I could use an extra set of hands since you seem too keen on talking instead of helping me unpack everything.
You didn't ask!
So
I cast,
you see me doing work over here, and you are simply just going to stand around and do nothing?
Well, listen, I believe in people asking for help if they need help, not just expecting help to be given.
It is entirely fair. She is summoning her. What the fuck is it called?
I say, since this is Magic Club, and I
Unsincere.
summon Mage Hand,
Yeah, Maury will take a little bit to trace out a sigil on the floor with some chalk that she pulls out of her bag and summons it,
I just have
And
a Mage Hand flying around
moves it
grabbing light
along.
stuff.
Yeah.
HS is going to just use his wind to pick up stuff and just move it around.
And then Maury will direct them for where everything goes. This makes me want to actually like build out a little thing for her.
Doodle. Another doodle.
Not another doodle,
Oh,
but
sorry,
like a.
I was trying to say something. I forgot. Are you
got to
you
it,
guys
Robert.
are? So you guys are cleaning up that of the place. Give me one person with advantage. Give me a either a perception check or an investigation check.
I have a +11 in
Yeah,
investigation.
Neither of those are my
Oh,
strong
you-
suit.
I can get a perception, but I don't do investigation.
That is a total of 17.
That was such a bad roll, too.
I know. I saw it hit 19, and then it rolled a 3, and I died inside a little bit.
I'm gonna put it out there as the DC was 16, so it's fine.
Yeah, baby.
I
Sorry.
just want to put it out there that 16 is such a weird DC number. Why not just make it 50?
I was also gonna
Because you guys have
say,
inflated numbers.
I was also gonna ask, like, don't like all of you guys still have your inspirations from last session?
Yes.
Yes, I do, but I'm
Yes.
not burning it on an investigation roll. I'll do it for something that I have less of a advantage in.
You will basically you'll pretty much basically find in between everybody cleaning there to be kind of like a little bit of like a hard spot that kind of like got kicked up on in the flooring, and from there you pretty much find that of like a small little lockbox. This lockbox this lockbox, I'm just gonna say, without very much time or effort, you would be able to get into it. And getting into the lockbox, you will notice that it seems to be that of a broken stopwatch.
Do I have arcane monocles? What do I?
Does it? Do you show everybody that?
Yes, I saw what you just tried to do.
No, sleight of hand was just to see if I could actually unlock the box. That was for fun.
Oh, okay.
It was just-
Yes, we can see it.
Does it feel magical?
Actually, hold on. Let me see what I have right now. Explorer's lens. No, I don't have my ability to inspect things.
You're using detect
Um,
magic.
No, I'm using identify.
Can
Your identify spell is not high enough level to identify this.
Can I use my do an Arcana check to kind of see, like, A, is this an arcane object? B,
I'm
Is this
just gonna
something we
stop
can
you
fix here?
completely. I'm gonna stop you completely here. Can you fix
Yeah.
this stopwatch? I'm going to tell you yes, you could potentially fix this stopwatch.
Yeah.
But to answer any questions, I'm just gonna say right now, looking over that of this watch, of this stopwatch, you notice something. This watch, it doesn't specifically look familiar, but there is an etching of a name on there, one that belongs to a Cecil B. Heimerdinger. And with that, we will go on break. So we'll be
Uh,
back. All right, hello, hello, hello. We are back. And we are back to the dirt tunnels, technically dirt tunnels. There is going to be that of a time skip for that of the rest of the group when I get to them, but for right now, we're going to continue where we left off for John. John, you are going through that of the maze, or sorry, not maze, but that of what feels almost like a maze-like feeling of going through that of from that of the maze-like dirt tunnels you were in, going down into the pipeline as you were able to dodge and avoid potentially taking any injuries going down, yet feel that of the immense amount of dirt, debris, mud, all the nasty stuff pretty much going down until you feel yourself drop to a certain point that's straight down, bloop, into that of a room. And this room, you pretty much kind of like are able to pick yourself up and look around and seeing this room that seems to be dim, almost like everywhere around seems almost like semi dimly lit, but not ever truly lit, just enough to be able to basically barely see down here. And looking around, you see that of many different kind of like more like dirt paths and tunnels, and some even with that of like even more somewhat stone, some more sandstone here and there. But you see a bunch of these tunnels that seem to have that of a bunch of pipes that kind of are like more on the above ceiling kind of side, or some that even go just straight in the middle of some of these ways. And it just looks like that of pretty much like a dirt tunnels with that of a bunch of just pipes going through everywhere. Some of them more rusted than others, some of them better looking, but it's it's looking dark down here with not really much for like anything else of like any like other plant life. Like I say plant life because like there isn't like any living organisms that you'd really see down here like that of like bugs, insects, um the occasional rat, but nothing like you would just dealt with. And looking into this, you're gonna have to try and navigate your way potentially through what seems to be like endless tunnels. I'll be honest. And I'm gonna ask you: are you mentally, physically prepared to go through the
Uh,
tunnels?
physically, sure. Mentally, well, first off, John just takes a breath. Is it harder to breathe down here? Or is it starting to,
It
or
is
is it like the same?
harder to breathe down here, but not to a level that it would affect you yet. It's more like a heat level.
Okay. Uh, so, John nods himself. All right, all right. Not too far down. No. Before, yeah, he's gonna have to try to make his way through this, maze, I suppose.
Yeah, so when I said were you ready, like mentally and physically, I meant good luck.
Ah,
We call that a fucking yikes within this world, Chief.
Ah,
I
Yeesh.
see.
so anyways, feel
I
free to
see.
go ahead and take your time on this map. I'll come back to you as you'll pretty much are going to be potentially lost for a week.
Oh my
I
god!
see. I see. Let me just take a screenshot of this.
What the hell?
Hey, Natsu,
Yeah,
brother, what the fuck?
what's wrong? It's a completable puzzle.
Is it completable?
Yeah,
I see the end at the very bottom.
I gave you a start point too.
I'm already lost.
Yeah, so anyways,
Okay.
uh let me know if you get back to that. You're gonna be doing that for a little while, and as you're doing that for a little while, we're going to do that of a kind of a skip word into this, where I know we shortly kind of touched up onto that of John, but we'll see. We'll see how he's doing here in a little bit. John, do you want to stay on this map, or do you want me to?
Do whatever you feel like. I'll be doing things.
I'll be busy.
All right, all right. I'm just making sure. I will say there could be rewards that complete in the map. So take it as you will. We go back though. Otherwise, we go back to that of our university classes here, as we're going to go back to this to not necessarily the start of the week or anything, but that of being that of the end of the week, being that of the next week, the start of the next week or whatever, however you want to put it. We come back to that of the homeroom of Mori.
I thought about something.
Whilst others are fighting for
Johnson
their
took that
lives.
food before he went down.
Huh?
Johnson took that food before he went down.
Maybe. I will say he will not have any way to really eat or drink for days except for his own rations, so take that into account if you want. Whether or not John is going to continue surviving in whatever he's doing, I'm going to ask you, Mori, what's going on? This is your classroom, and
real quick, over the course of the week, did we have any downtime to work on any personal projects or developing of the club or anything like that?
You didn't have time
Or
to do anything
still
out of the ordinary, like anything extra that would really help. No, because most of your time and all of your efforts were mostly busy on trying to actually figure out what's going on in the school, get everything settled, figure out what's going, what people are going to be potentially doing. Setting up the club, yes, you can get it set up to start this week. And the only thing is, otherwise than like getting the club set up or each clubs you wanted to join, there really wasn't much time for like personal time.
Yeah, that too. Also, real quick, before we continue on, this is probably something that Maury asked the others. CC, Ajax, what do you guys have any tool proficiencies, and if so, what?
Yeah, I have tool proficiencies in disguise kit, forge kit, and thief tools.
Thief.
I got smith tools.
Hold on 2 seconds. CC's was thief, disguise, and what else?
Forgery.
Forgery.
Yeah.
And Jax was smith. Yep. That it?
That it?
All right, cool. Thank you. Likely it would probably be, since it's the beginning of the new week, she likely has collected everybody's submissions of their items or papers or art and stuff, and to everybody but Cece, she has handed back their grades fully completed with a full paper annotated, like this is like a full overview of this is what you've given me, this is the description, this is where you can improve here, this is where I see your actual inspirations, what, like, how do I word this? My brain's kind of shutting down right now.
Too much monster.
I had one can. My hands are shaking. I think it's just because I haven't eaten anything in that. More or less, just a kind of like a. This is what I thought, and kind of in a. I am interested to see where you are taking this. It wasn't really much of a major grade, but more of something where she can see where people are coming from, and she provided advice of where people can continue or what to pick up and what to learn, what books to grab if they want to really continue on with their roles here, with building their own items or continuing their own exploration into what has inspired them and what they can do within the future, as well as a slight note on what may come of whatever they made, or what has followed in the wake of whatever inspired them, such as any like weapons that were listed, stuff like that. Like, yeah, here's an exact list of how many people within Piltover have been killed by that, by the way. Like, it's pretty fucking harsh, but everything is graded fairly. People who tried harder were obviously given better grades. People who tried lesser, not so much. But everybody but Cece has been handed their papers back, or their items back, and with a paper to go with it for them to study and look over. Other than that, I think the class.
I don't know how Ajax's paper would have looked, but for at least the interesting people in the class, I will tell you, everything Junior wrote was in cursive and really well written.
Willy well written.
Really well written.
Will we well?
Hold on. Let me create.
He's a sweet boy. I can't help it. But yes, Seb Junior's report was pretty much like, basically like 100% would have been to your, I would say, somewhat liking, in their like everything was written in cursive, everything was really nice.
Very
and
detailed.
very detailed, very straightforward, but still with some thoughts that go here and there, almost as if they were having a conversation.
Yeah, he gets a fucking A.
That of Melinda, I will say it's on the same equivalency. She doesn't write in cursive, but she writes in fancy lettering. But hers is definitely pretty much whatever Junior wrote. She probably wrote like 2 or 3 times the amount. Little archivist for you or whatever it was, and then that of Nathaniel, he's not like a delinquent like you might potentially think at first. He actually has that of decent handwriting, decent use of grammar, as well as that of a decent almost standpoint on like economics and what to do. The only issue is with everything that he writes, it just sounds so cocky and descending to others. Like, it's just, he's like, it's like saying he's not wrong, but he's an ass.
Wow.
I feel less like he genuinely finds inspiration from these things, and more or less like he was just doing this because it's an assignment to complete. He needs to. He feels like he's just gonna show he's better than everybody would by being kind of like the best that there is, a little bit.
I can tell you, Ajax, these people he would have sent you or would have wrote would have been simple on most parts, but the parts that's talking about argumentation, he would have been in a lot more detail and a lot more excited about it. Because, like I said, it is a problem he has that he's not fast at all. So he's generally excited about trying that at some point. But everything else, other than that subject, yeah.
Genuine thought and effort was given.
Yes.
As for Nathaniel, was there actually like anything inspiration-wise behind it, or was it kind of just like,
again, like he's pretty much like whatever assignment you gave him, he would get an A in. It's just, I'm not telling you to give him an A, but like that's the type of like work he gave you. He gave you the A worthy work, and that was it, but in a most condescending way.
Seb, not just because he has my whole heart, but a little bit. He gets an A, so does Linda and Ajax as well. Nathaniel probably gets like a B plus kind of around. Probably gets a note back that's somewhere along the lines of I can't word this right now. My brain's just not working. Yeah, I can't word that right now. My brain's just not letting me.
I get you.
Yeah, kind of in a way of like, your work is good.
The work is good, but the
Your work
passion
is good.
doesn't
You are
fall.
not. You are
Yeah,
not.
the work is good, yet there is pride where passion should be.
Obviously, you can
And
have
it's
that
kind of
talk with them at some point or whatever, but yeah, you'll get that point across at some point. But either way, everybody else's paper were, you know, kind of up and down. It wasn't like everybody was super inspired there, but it wasn't like everybody like didn't try either. It looked like there were
Yeah.
people that are very much willing to try, and some people who are very much maybe more in the I don't even know what I was supposed to write kind of deal.
Yeah. And she probably give papers back for like clarification.
In either case, your class, um, your class here, with everything that started up for that this week, um, what would you guys all kind of like to get into or like do at this point? I'm saying it like that because at this point, you guys will have that of your homeroom class, obviously, and then did you guys want to get into like clubs, potentially the club that you may or may not have joined, uh, or did you guys want to try to do other things since you guys will have somewhat more free time during it this week? As the first week was a lot more hectic and figuring things out, this week is going to be a lot better. And now the fact you got some things figured out, you can potentially do other school activities amongst other things.
I mean, I have 2 clubs to keep up with, so I guess I gotta keep up with those.
Fantastic.
Well, one to be fair, but the second one's kind of a fake club, but also probably gonna be a real club, knowing Moira.
Yeah, she don't seem like the type to half-ass something.
Yeah.
You give us some fake homework that we actually got to do.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. Maury was hired to be a damn professor, and she has to hold to the actual work of it. You guys have homework. Fuck you. I will say she doesn't give a lot of homework. Probably just most of her assignments are done in class. If somebody isn't doing their shit and if somebody has homework, it will be their fault, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not because she set it up that way.
Fair enough. John, how you doing?
Oh, yeah. How's
I just
John?
want to say, I'm halfway through this maze. I hate you.
That means it's working.
It's working.
It's working. I love it so much. Also, continuing on, what are you guys trying to do again?
I kind of look at Melinda and I kind of tilt my head and I go, I didn't get my paper back.
Oh yeah, at the end of the class, as everybody's leaving, probably, or after the papers are being passed out, she probably walked up to CC and went, "I need you to see me once this day is over at my office," and then went back to her desk.
you see CC mumbles, I'm getting expelled.
I don't think I have the power for that.
You're a teacher. I'm
I
getting
think that's
sent
a
to the dean.
dean
I'm
level.
getting sent
Like,
to the dean.
Yeah, you could get she could send you to the dean, but like
I
She
could.
sent me to the principal.
do you really
You're
want to be
having a
sent to be
talk
talked to
with
Kate?
Miss Kitterman.
Oh God. I wonder how detect thoughts on her would go.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't advise doing that.
Hey, I mean, there's no roll for it, and I can cast it as subtle spell, so she wouldn't even know unless I try to dig deeper. Um, I'll look
So
at
we might need a casket.
hey,
I'll
I'm
look at
not the one
Melinda,
doing
who
this.
I'll look at Melinda, who I've been talking to more in this past week, and be like, I'll meet you at club after. I need to go talk to Miss Sinclair.
Okay. I guess I'll see ya. It's all right. It'll just give me more time to spend with Rena. We still need to catch
Yeah.
up. She hasn't really been showing up to study club the last few days, which it's fine.
Do you think it's because of me?
Well, I'd hope not.
Okay. Is this gonna be a weird love triangle thing?
You know what?
I am so for it.
Yeah, you know what? But I will go see Miss Sinclair after class. Or Moiri. Switching back and forth is hard.
Mhm.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's
So,
this is RP completely up to y'all how y'all do.
so that at the end of the day, if you want to do things before, I'm still writing shit out for what Maury will say. Take your time.
I imagine is club at the like after all the classes, or is that like a independent class type thing?
So, when I say at the end of the day, I mean that after all the club activities are over, after
Okay.
the like probably I imagine there's some time between what is likely curfew and like the end of the extracurricular activities or whatever people are doing in the
Gotcha.
afternoon. Stuff like that. Like pretty much ass end of the day.
All right, then I'll just go to study club. That's what CC will be doing.
Ajax?
Yes, I did stop doing study club too because, like I said, Ajax is not smart, so he's actually gonna be trying to study, so he won't flunk out.
All right. And Maury?
Maury is likely working on any professor duties of whatever kind, or I guess kind of figuring out whatever club stuff would be going on, gathering materials for her lab, because likely I think we're going to be setting up something along the lines of producing magic technology, just in a general array, hex tech, magitech, stuff like that, as well as testing to see what can be done to limit the wildness of the arcane kind of a little bit, just so there can be some reports that are made that make sense and this isn't just some magic idiots flirting with death in the middle of a lab. But during her downtime, at least in between stuff, she's probably working on that pocket watch, if I'm being honest, or that stopwatch, trying to see how it works.
Right now,
Uh-huh.
you have tried. I'm not going to tell you how many tries specifically like that, but you have tried to break. You have tried to fix the stopwatch, and multiple attempts so far has broken your tools. but because you were using that of the lab, obviously you have an infinite amount. But that's what I'm telling you, is you use it to keep trying to
Mhm.
fix it, and this stuff just keeps breaking.
And she's probably looking more into what is causing so much of a breakage. Trying not to, I guess, trying to diagnose whatever issues are there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get.
I solved it.
Hell yeah! You feel better?
I had to solve a quarter of it one way and 3/4 of it the other way.
John comes out. What year is it?
What year have I been? He hasn't been able to pay attention at all because he's been doing that for the past 10
Note to
minutes.
self: Maury buys everybody fucking watches.
Anyways, yeah, right. I'll just tell you right now your attempts to. Oh, yeah, your attempts to like fix that of the broken stopwatch at the very moment are not successful. But I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna keep not being successful. It could potentially still be fixed. Again, it's gonna take some time and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it? Trial and error.
Yeah. Other than that, probably just working on her classes. I mean, I assume that she doesn't have that class once at the beginning of the day. I assume she has to teach it multiple times through different people and stuff,
Do you?
considering schedules
I'm
and
going
stuff.
to ask you more so specifically, Bori, with that of other people doing their study. Sorry, of other part of the group doing their study club. When you're trying to fix that of the stopwatch being constantly kind of
Mhm.
struck in or stopped at that point. Would you take a break at some point and maybe even go look at the statues? I only say the statues because that's also where you would see that
Likely
of the statue of
Heimerdinger.
Heimerdinger.
That was a thought. Yes, I feel like probably while kind of the courtyards and everything are more empty, free of students, she probably takes a walk at least once during the day or spends time in her office writing letters to those who need to be sent letters.
So
Whether through projects or other personal business.
so I'm gonna do this in a bit of an order then. Mori, take you out here. Changing up. Changing up a few things for the class as this is pretty much the example saying this is a different class. Or not class specifically, but more of that of a club room being used for that of um the study club at the moment, as you wouldn't need a specific really lab, more of a study place to help each other with. And for that of the study club, where is for that of the study club, you have that of not a very per se nice professor from what you guys have figured out so far, but at least one that is intuitive into that of their studies, as that of the study club professor here, that of Professor Vido Violante. I'll put that in there because it's hard. Of Professor Vido Violante, and at the moment, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not really paying too much mind to you all, as he's doing his own study and his own work. Uh, as everybody else is pretty much allowed to talk amongst themselves and do whatever they want, as it is pretty much a study club. Um,
I mean, how long does the club last for?
It can last for a good few hours at least. It's more of like how long do you want to stay here for the club duration? Most people are trying
Kind of
to
like
help out each other at the moment. Um, yes. Ah, okay. With that I guess one more interesting character I would really say in the group.
you deleted Ajax. Isn't he in study club too?
Oh yeah, he is.
Indeed. Yeah.
With that,
Never here to cause chaos, huh?
pretty much one more
Yeah,
person
exactly. CC's not even here.
that seems to also be a part of study club that seems to be of interest, but even outside of that, you don't see that of Rena anywhere specifically today.
Has she shown up in the past at all?
To this study club, not that you've seen, but Melinda has told you yes, she has been plenty of times. It's honestly quite weird a little bit. I, she would usually miss majority of the days, and then, or not majority, but like half the days, I'd say. Of course, I've
I
seen
didn't
her
think I caused
around.
that bad of an impression.
Well, I think you're still thinking about it very wrongly, but I'm just gonna let you have it. Because she seems to be like way more focused on like the fact that her friend isn't wanting to like technically be here. That she
Do
seems
you
like
want
she's
to?
struggling a bit with trying to study.
I kind of whisper over to Melena. Do you want to go find her? And I don't mean like I have to go with you. I mean,
What?
like
No, no.
I
I've. She's fine. We still
are you
talk here
sure?
and there. It's just
Said it's
she's
not
just
like
been
her.
busy.
I mean, sure, but you should still make.
Look, I
Okay,
don't
I'm
want to
not gonna.
hear it. We're here for study
Okay,
club, okay? Let's
okay, yeah.
just study.
Speaking of study club, why do you think Miss Sinclair didn't give me my paper back? With it? Like I didn't think I did that good on it, but it's weird that she wants to see me.
Well, I want to say it's because you've done excellent work, but I don't I don't know what type of work you would have put in. Maybe it's something that really offended her?
I mean, I answered truthfully.
Well, you ever think sometimes the truth hurts?
Trust me, yeah, I know a lot about lying.
Well, I don't know what else it could be then. Maybe you should try talking about it with her.
Well,
Since
yeah,
she's
I'm
gonna see
going
you
after.
afterwards anyways.
Yeah, I have to see her later, but it's just like it's hard to focus on anything else.
I know what you mean. It's been really hard to focus with how Rita's been too.
I'm telling her you should go talk to her.
It's
I'm
fine.
telling you.
She just
Like
kind of
I
like,
don't even have to go. I don't even
like,
have to go with you. I know she doesn't like me, but it's like,
no, she just kind of shakes her head and just doesn't, basically just
all
doesn't
right,
want
well,
to
what?
get into it more.
I kind of just shrug and I go, well, what have you got? I can help you, and I get into actually helping her with study club as much as I can. Any charisma based classes she has.
Oh, you're fucked, buddy. All of her
Any
stuff,
charisma based.
all of her stuff that she has to do would not involve charisma except for her presenting her own projects.
I can help her. Does she have stage fright? I can help her with performance.
No, I have pretty good performance.
Oh, really? You know that tends to be the thing that people struggle with the most.
Really? I love talking.
I couldn't tell.
Oh. Well, now you know.
It was a joke. Um,
What?
I mean, do you have anything that you need to present soon? I can help you go over that.
Well, I guess we could go over some intermediate hexagraphs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only on basic stuff, but I'll help you where I can.
She'll kind of show you off and pretty much more so teach you that she's probably going to end up helping herself with that
Yeah.
hexagraphs. Um,
I'm in intro to hexographs. She's
Ajax.
an intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fit here into the club?
Like I said, he'd be more mind his own business, asking people for help every once in a while, trying to figure it out himself if he can.
Well, with the house kind of study club mostly works, it's mostly more of like a group up place for people to kind of study on the stuff that they need help with. So asking for help isn't hard. They just don't really understand what you're potentially asking for, uh, until you get to one person who goes, one person with some decent goggles, a decent physique, for that of a normal human, with that of white white or like dirty blonde short hair, going and pretty much saying, well, well, I haven't seen you around here. Are you some type of macho man?
Uh,
Some new type of form of enhanced drugs?
nah, this is all natural, my guy.
Oh, I was more so talking about the horns, but maybe that's a race thing.
Oh, I thought he was talking about these abs.
No, I was thinking about potential ways to use the horns in potential experiments and projects I was thinking about. But I wouldn't just do that to just someone random I don't know like that.
Well, statement still stands true. All natural.
Yeah, I think I'd stick to prefer to real guns over those. But any case, I see you're having trouble trying to fit in here. What are you having trouble with?
Less about fit, less about fitting in, more trying to figure out what this equation is. I guess.
He kind of like raises an eyebrow and talks about how like you're not even on like the right page for what you're trying to learn. You're on like page 272 when you're supposed to be on like page 9. And pretty much starts to kind of help you out a little bit and as he's helping you out, he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Name's Daniel. You can call me Daniel Dirk."
Daniel, what?
Is Daniel Dirk.
Ah, I'm just gonna stick with Daniel.
Daniel,
The
Danny.
name's Ajax.
Ah, nice to meet you. In some shape, way, or form, I guess. Though, I think you give off somewhat of a presence that people don't necessarily want to be by. You kind of see as a lot of people were already kind of scooching away as you were kind of getting closer to the guy earlier. You just didn't notice it. As he goes, but in either case, what are you trying to specifically learn for degrees here? Since it looks like you're trying to get into some, well, more advanced ethics, as I feel like you are more into the intro stuff at the moment.
Robotics. Augmentation, basically.
You. He like gives you a straight face and he goes, "You are gonna go into robotics."
Ajax punches him.
Let me look at my spell list real quick.
Why are you looking at your spell list? Why are you looking at your spell list, big boy? He says that deep.
Hey, chaotic goes crazy.
My character is chaotic good, so like
I mean, he hasn't
I'm not gonna do
technically
nothing.
harmed you.
No, he hasn't. I'm not. What I'm about to do is not gonna technically harm him either, though.
Oh no.
It'd be very inconvenient. I'm able to, I think, make a burst of wind. I think it's Holland Gear or something. Dun, 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 dun. In your opinion, would I be able to make a little thing of wind go down his throat so he starts choking a little bit?
Swallows air.
Are you
Yeah.
choking somebody
That's a
out in my
little-
fucking classroom right now?
That's a little.
No, it's study
No,
club.
no.
It's not
It's
your
it's a little messed up, but I guess I can see it. Just as he's laughing, he starts choking up a little bit. Must have been a good laugh. Oh. Oh. Oof. Oh. So oh yeah, like you were saying, try to go into a degree for robotics there. I'm laughing because I wouldn't think someone like you would need robotics when you talk about your own guns.
Wow, my guns help me a lot. I'm not the fastest person on the block.
You don't say. Well, have you thought about exactly how robotics is going to help you?
Augmentation more than robotics.
Right, but are you running like prosthetics or like over armor? You got to be specific with what
Over
you're trying
armor.
to get.
Over armor. I'm not about to implant no metal bits in me.
I'm just making sure, man. Everyone's different. I'm just saying, in the future, as somebody who is very well studying in the robotics club right now, you might be able to have a talk sometime. But in order to join something like the robotics club, you would have to be able to show something, or at least the capability of being able to make something with robotics, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, once I get to that point, I'll show you.
Fantastic. For now, time to reteach you intro into trigonometry.
Fuck that.
Yeah, actually, I think I would immediately leave. If I had to do
No, if
trigonometry.
it's robotics, brother. He immediately went and switched it up and said, "Well, you're gonna have to learn
I
this."
know.
And
I look. It's actually he was grown, but he would still sit down and learn it.
yeah, and with that, we're gonna switch things up a little bit here. Uh, Mori, I know we said that you are going to be going and looking at the statues, taking maybe some inspiration, stuff like that.
Yes.
I don't want to. I'm going to get back to that. That's going to be something that we're going to come back to because instead, I hope John is ready to come back and to see because we're going to go over here.
All right.
I see the puzzle. It was completed. With that of the puzzle being completed, I will rightfully give you a reward as you so deserve. So, it'd be saying that because you were able to get through that of the maze, John. I say, and when I say get through the maze, you didn't technically get through the maze, but I'm going to explain that here in a second. You've gotten through the puzzle maze that I sent you, that I set up for you. You completed that meeting during that of this kind of week that was last spent here. You've been pretty much surviving off of that of the food and water of the rations that you've had, even to a point of being completely exhausted, dirtied still for that the whole week, and almost feeling like have you as if you had eyes watching you here and there, but still continuing on, as you will eventually find that you will eventually find that of 200 gold worth of random junk and artifacts that you can sell later on.
200 gold. Okay.
Yes, sir. 200 gold of random junk and artifacts you can sell later on, and with that of some another piece or item or something that you could say like that. You have that of pretty much like parts and pieces of of junk that you've also picked up that hasn't been considered junk to you. This is like leftovers, like decent like leftover scraps and different parts that you don't even know about, that could be useful for evolving your guns.
Mm.
Ooh,
Whether or
nice.
not you
Oh,
get whether or not you get to that point, hopefully you're right. Whether or not you get to that point in this session or not, you still have that. In either case, where you're at right now is at that of where I was saying before, you haven't specifically gotten out. You have found that of a bunch of useful material that you can pretty much bring back with useful junk and stuff, and you've been surviving off of that of your rations as well. And at this point, you are essentially on the on like literally the brink of exhaustion, with pretty much nothing left to kind of almost give at the moment. As looking around, you you've pretty much mapped out, not like an actual map, but it's almost in a way have mapped out that of where you are at. Why do I say it like that? Because you are going to find out very soon, uh, that you are that you're gonna find out very soon for a different reason, but you're gonna find out that you are in the Pipural Triangle.
what is this Bermuda Triangle type shit?
Have fun in the lost lands of the Pipural Triangle. That's all I'm saying. That's exactly where you've been at this whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, is this another maze?
No,
Oh
no, it
my
isn't.
God.
If you take a look, it actually goes nowhere. But also Piltover with its own little Bermuda Triangle is crazy.
Yikes.
Yes,
Well,
and
Brother, what
John's
the fuck
dead.
is this?
with that of John going through, as I said, being on that at the brink of exhaustion, uh, uh, you pretty much will see at the very, at kind of like a very end point where you feel like kind of closing your eyes, feeling super exhausted, pretty much feel like you're gonna rest for the next few days almost if you could. But like right now, you would feel like you would be exhausted, almost not able to breathe at all, with the air getting what feels like worse and worse over the time you've been here. It just doesn't feel like you could make it out alive. And as you're closing that of your eyes, you will see that of what seems to be like small furry creatures with almost like beady eyes, almost you would say at first, as you're pretty much knocking out unconscious.
Sadness.
And with that, give us an example of what your dream on the brink of death would be like.
Uh, it would be the closest thing to a flashback that he could muster. Um, kind of just going in and out of darkness, and just one specific quote from his brother. It just repeats as, well, you know, just a couple wars isn't what I'm talking about. It's the pattern. It's coming for us eventually. This shop's gonna close down, right? And even if it doesn't, we're both gonna get dragged in there. So while I have the time, I'm gonna go. You can, I don't know, do your best, I suppose. And that's honestly all he hears as as he's unconscious.
As your dream might get more wild out there, or maybe even more simplistic, with the way that you're thinking about that of your family, even that of your brother who's decided to continue on with life. Maybe you're not so done with life, as we're gonna stop this music and welcome what I've been waiting to get one going here, as you are going to wake up with that of what seems to be like an almost like an almost cold sweat, some bandages around, your shirt's off, uh but you pretty much wake up in that of the equivalent of a dusty and dirty bed, one that would be pretty much like you're filling up the whole bed, and your feet are hanging still like a good bit.
Ah, yes, of course. The secret chair of a bed.
And you kind of even look up a little bit as you're kind of waking up, and you will hear that of as steam comes pushing out that of one of the pipes from the top.
And John's just gonna like try to take a look around without like moving too much. And if he can't, see anything other than like the steam and pipes, he's gonna start slowly getting up.
You do partially see that of like with the steam and pipes, you start to slowly get up with that of feeling like you were having time to kind of rest and recover, but like you're still injured, so you're still kind of like, hold on a second kind of way, as you see what seems to be like that of an almost window. I say almost window because it's not like, it's literally just one of those holes in the wall that's square, out of the dirt. But as you go in to try to almost look out the window for a second, there's you're probably gonna go look out the window for a second. You hear that of an as that of a door from the other side is opening up in.
Uh, if John hears the door, he's gonna look back, and if the person isn't there yet, he's gonna immediately like plop right back down onto the bed and pretend to still be asleep.
Where's this? Oh, here we are. yes, you proceed to. I'll just say you can go ahead and do that. You proceed to swiftly, like as you're about to look out the window, you will swiftly go back into the bed, as if you were at least somewhat near the same position. With that of, I will say, when you got up, you did notice like all your equipment was off to the side in one side in their room. You pretty much were left with like obviously like your pants and that of a bunch of bandages over you. Bandages being that of not like not cleaner ones, like dirtier rags. And you see come in, not see specifically unless you're kind of like looking over, but you would somewhat hear coming in that of the door opening, that of a couple of what seems to be smaller like footsteps, dun 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 dun, coming in, and what seems to be like uh putting that of not like dirty water, but like semi dirty water together with that of a rag, and he's doing the whole putting a rag over your head for the cold sweat kind of theme going on, uh as even with just a slight bit of an open of your eye, you can see the person that seems to be treating you, who is definitely smaller than you, that of not of probably half your size even, seeming to be a one of these smaller like furry like creatures with that of an almost bat like ears that seem to be uh wearing that of a full mask covering both that of eyes and mouth. uh and you just start to hear some like some like grumbling under that of the mask.
Well, if they're taking care of him and his items are off to the side, without opening his eyes, really, or before he opens his eyes, John is just gonna go. It's just gonna say, "And may I ask where I am?"
He kind of turns around after was trying to like fix around some things.
John's gonna get up. I cannot hear you.
You see he reaches his smaller like hand reaches for that of the mask and goes, and as he kind of like looks like he's lowering it a little bit, it doesn't fully lower, but it lowers enough to where for some reason it starts to release out of like 3 holes from the front some steam coming out. Let me see something real quick here. All right, as this person kind of proceeds to make some noise, scream, and at first you don't understand it. He clears his throat. Maybe it's a different language he's talking in first, and then he proceeds to try to talk in a almost broken dialect a little bit, but it sounds to be Zonite. Um, uh, hello, understand?
That's about as close enough as we can get. Yes.
Well, I helped save you earlier.
Right.
That story you were on.
One could say that. I'd also say more of exhausted, but yes.
Each own. Why down here?
I was investigating a rat problem. and the storage for the cafeteria collapsed on me. And now I'm here.
What's a cafeteria?
Food place.
Oh. We have Num Num down here.
Right, I was working as a janitor for the University of Piltover.
He kind of looks at you, kind of turns his head a little bit. What that?
Fancy school.
What that?
Learning place.
Learning place? No need for learn place. We learn on hand.
For other things it's required, but
No. No require. Just do. Come. Look, look. As he points out to the window.
I guess John will get up and open his eyes and actually look.
Yeah, you come up to the window, and as you look out, he pretty much exclaims, as you were kind of looking out over to everything, you are going to be seeing that of kind of like bigger walkways out that of the door, bigger than where you were at least. Seeing that of rusty pipes, some pipes put somewhat put back together, but that of pipes just everywhere all around, as I was saying before. But you will see that of a plethora of other creatures around that seem to also be in this a similar getup to that of this one that you're talking to right now. And they all seem to be like all working on something or another. One seems to be working with that of like a few cans, junk, and wrench, and somehow is made a light bulb. You see others kind of like in this kind of weird underground and almost nocturnal place, yet still making and using that of stuff that you would think high level engineers would have to even potentially fathom to make. And they make this type of stuff within seconds. Even having that of different dirt kind of huts here, this place, you could see there's almost like different, like, I don't want to say shops like that, but different areas in here representing that of like a small community. All kind of either working together or just on their own thing, in a almost weird type of tandem uh and tranquility. And he then proclaims, "You lost in Hyperial Triangle. We found you and brought you to Rustopolis, the one safe place inside the triangle. Or safe haven? Is it called haven? For you?
Both words mean the same thing, but yes. Oh dear. You wouldn't happen to know a way out of the triangle, would you?
There's a few problems we have. One being I could not help, as we like this place. Place is good, we don't like to leave. I've helped in
Right.
scouts, and during scouts for more resources, found you.
I
We would not
see.
go further beyond there. Further beyond is unknown territory, and unknown territory is bad. Very bad. What were you saying?
Then I suppose the most I can do is do what I can here and try to find a way out myself afterwards.
Well, not true. There is someone to talk to. There is Lita around here, who we kind of refer as Scout Lita. And I could set up you talking with them.
If you could, that would be great. Yes.
Of course, and I can, but there's bad warning. No guarantees on how things turn out. Very scary leader.
That still better than going off on my own after paying you all back. That's what I intend to do, by the way. I intend to find a way to pay you all back for saving me and then leave. Not just leave.
Well,
Yeah.
for now, strength gain. Drink. As he's trying to give you that of like a cup of water, which what seems to be somewhat dirty. Like again, the water looks a little bit dirty, but it's like drinkable, if that makes sense. As you go,
Right.
as he goes, you will need equipment down here, lest you choke. As you can again feel the air down here is very terrible. You could see the constant steam or different kind of chemicals being put on the air. Right now, with the time that you were given to rest, you weren't truly affected with it because of methods to kind of keep it out of the room. But going out there, you will have to essentially equip what they're equipped with, which is at least that of some type of gas mask. But they will provide you with.
John looks outside and just goes, yeah. It's probably a lot worse air quality than the sun, which is saying something.
That's true.
Zon is the Zon air is imagine this air except you don't need a gas mask and nobody wears one, but it still stings your lungs.
Oh. That sounds bad. Very bad.
Oh, it's terrible. It is terrible. Anyways, I'm gonna go put my stuff back on and I guess I'm following you or something.
Take some time to rest. I will get meetings set up. You talk next day. We're gonna skip it, but like I'm just telling you, he's pretty much telling you to take some time to rest so you can get your full rest in.
Yeah, John will, considering he's still injured.
Yeah, you get your full rest in, but now at this point, you give me a perception check. Based off of
All right. That is still a normal roll. That is going to be a 17.
The 17, you will hear the rumors of right now out there in the scouting areas in the Pipe Triangle in general. There has been some rumor of what seems to be like some type of slime-like fluid backing up some of the pipes. And the last time some people went to go check that out, they were to never return. But again, just a rumor. And that,
Scary.
you will be pretty much going up to that of pretty much essentially the next day, where you're finding out very quickly that everyone here probably works on a more nocturnal night, like kind of like feeling almost as if your internal clock was kind of switched, being down here for a little bit. But you proceed on to where these guys show you where they where that of their scout leader is. Which, by the way, if I didn't mention it before, because you will find that out, these are Chirian Noctis. Specifically, I'm just going to say they're Noctis, being that of the smaller version of the Bat People. As the regular Chirans, I think, are like medium-sized humanoids. These would be like an almost subspecies or branch. You notice in here also, for that of all the pipes and how you're able to see down here, even though it's very dark in general, is because there are lights that seem to kind of like reflect and refract off of each other from all the pipes, kind of almost making it barely visible down here, but not enough that it's going to like brighten up everything. However, there is that of the room that you're going to enter into, that of one of the dirt rooms, and this dirt room that you're entering into, that kind of goes a little bit further in, where you can see that of a bunch of Nocti seem to be essentially meted at, where they're all kind of like looking over at you, as the one that was talking to you originally goes, continue in a moment. Check if prepared. As this little guy talking to you is gonna go to the door and slowly open it, and then kind of like slide in a little bit. After a few moments, come back out. Comes out. Slowly closes the door a little bit, or not like fully closes it, but like just a little bit, so where it's like, hope you're ready. Be very careful what you say. Do not want to set off. They are very, very dangerous. Understood?
John just nods. He's got no words.
You're gonna come in. Then to. We're pretty much. He kind of like lets you into the room. You proceed to go in. It seems dark at first until two, left and right. Pretty much like torches kind of like almost emit fire. The fire being emitted out of what seems to be like thin air with like blue like flames almost. You see there seems to be some type of pile stacked on some weird podium in front of you. Looking at that of the podium, you're trying to look over at something that's pretty much in the dark at the very moment, but like is being slowly lit up as the scene continues on. But it's being slowly lit up with the light. And with the light kind of starting to be shined over them, you start to hear that of words a little bit before it fully goes over and reveals them, as you will hear, well, who comes to my humble place of being, interrupts me and my nap, and proceeds to want to ask 4 favors. Who dares that of the great, fantastic, and marvelous Yumi?
I will be honest.
You are face to face with a cat on a book.
John just stares and just goes, I will be honest. It wasn't much of a favor, as I was going to try to pay it back before leaving. But my name is John Smith. Well, no, that's my brother. My first name's John. My last name's Wig. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
This is the cut, by the way. This was the cut for you. we'll, for you, we'll come back next time to see whatever happens here.
It happens.
Though we're not quite done with just everything yet, as we're going to go. As we're gonna go, as we're trying to end this here a little bit up, not like fully end it yet, but I'm saying we're getting to the end here, or for today's session. I'm gonna say, Maury, are you there?
I am here.
You had proceeded beforehand, like I was saying, go in to check out that of the statues, maybe get that of some inspiration of the statues of some sort.
No.
Let me just make sure we're good on stream. You're not stream, but here we go. That you are trying to get that of inspiration, almost what it seems from maybe even that of the statues. Maybe you just need that of a little bit of a breather, something to get your mind kind of back in the game. And as you're kind of looking about the statues, you will notice these things about the statues. If you would like to write this down, or at least this is the important information to give.
All right. Ready.
All right. There are statues of greats here, whether it be some golden, some not so golden, more silver like, some made out of maybe other materials in general. But with that being said, there seems to be a few statues of notice that I'm going to mention here to you. There seems to be that of, first and foremost, at the very epicenter, that in the middle, a statue that is the highest raised statue but the shortest statue around. That, with that of basically like a title at the top where it says Cecil B. Heimerdinger, and then it says a little thing where it goes in quotation marks, every problem solved is another revealed. And then it says, "Oh, I do love a good conundrum," with the kind of almost like sign or signature of that of Professor Heimerdinger.
Every problem solved is a new ordeal. Is that what I heard?
Every problem solved is another revealed.
Yield. Thank you. All right.
You see another one that seems to be, or I should have mentioned for the one, the Heimerdinger one. Again, being that of the shortest one, it does show off that of his glorious made golden afro. Fantastic. But you look over and you see one that is not the biggest one made, not like Heimerdinger's, but is considerably one of the tallest statues around. One more clad in a weird, almost shiny like silver. You will see a great man with a hammer dressed up in fancy like clothings, where it says Jace Talus. And then in the quotations it says, "Never look back. I fight for a better tomorrow," with that of the signature of the Defender of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. All right. And next, wait, what was the signature at the bottom of Heimerdinger's?
The chili finally got to him.
No, I had to do something real
Broken.
quick. You said for Heimerdinger, it was just Professor Heimerdinger.
Okay, cool. All right.
And then you have one last statue to really look at. That of one that states out a name at the top. And it's only like a weird one because it stands out to you because looking at all the other ones, it's kind of like looking at all the other ones seem to be completely like on an average standpoint with some of these other statues and names. But who knows? Maybe it just caught your eye or something. But you notice one that says Stanwick Pedidley. An average looking silver statue with the words that say, "Every solution has errors. Life is to answer those errors." Signed, Professor Stanwick Pedidley.
What was the quote again? Every solution is errors.
Every solution has errors. Life is to answer those errors.
How do you spell his last name?
Here you go. And from there, you start to kind of get some ideas, some thoughts on how to potentially even fix that of the stopwatch. And you can kind of make up the inspiration as you kind of want, or how you kind of would try, or what it kind of unlocks for you. But I will say now, if you attempt to go back to the lab, you will have a high chance of actually fixing the stopwatch.
Yeah, that's what I'll do then.
What type of inspiration do you gather from the statues?
I'm thinking likely. I believe, just thinking wise, that Mori is a genius within her own class, but sometimes she lacks not the appropriate knowledge, but the kind of not talent. What is it? Really the I guess the inspiration and motivation to. I'm, God, my words are failing me right now.
It's all good.
That kind of knack, that kind of not know-how, because she does know how. It is that she cannot simply apply her brain to it when she is so distracted by everything else that is going on. It is like a kind of spark within her head that leads her to her own great creations, and without it, she can do many things, but she cannot do her best, and she needs her best for this. And standing there, looking at the statues of the great, looking at Heimerdinger's words, thinking of Jace and how he gave his life for his people of both Piltover and Zon, and kind of thinking within her own self of how would Heimerdinger do this, kind of in a way, that gives her that little spark and that pushes her forward. And I think that's what finally gets it to click in her head, as if the gears finally just start turning.
And with the gears that start to turn in your head for a potential how to do this, you will proceed back to your lab. That at work, getting certain materials, maybe even shoving off some people who try to come in. Some professors try to come in for some housewarming or stuff like that. And overall, for the next, at least I'd say, few days, if nothing more, you have the inspiration and insight to try to fix this. Give me a tinker's tool check.
Could I use my technology, or is it just only tinkerers?
Um
Yes, my Tinkerers is the base for.
Because you're using tools to fix it, I'm gonna say you don't have to be specifically tinkerers, but it has to be a tool set you can use.
In my. Technically, within the wording, it falls under the inventor's toolset, which goes off of the technology thing. I think I can double check that real quick though.
If that works, that works. I'm just letting you know.
I'm going to burn my inspiration for this because I want to get the highest that I can to get this to work. Advantage. That is a total of 32.
32. You're sweating. You're like what is it? You're sweating. You're like exhausted. You've been at this for a few days, and like basically using that of like makeshift lasers, makeshift hex tech stuff, and I say makeshift, but like pretty much everything that you can to try to put this in back this broken stopwatch together. That seems to be very, for some reason, seemingly indestructible. Not like it is, but I'm saying seemingly indestructible with most of the stuff that you've done, until you finally get it to click as you see it in its beautiful wholeness. I'll show you the actual picture of it now as it's full. You have that of this nice little stopwatch, and you feel proud of yourself for one reason or another, but not quite too sure why you even made this in the first place, or why you were even inspired to make this. The thing about it, though, is you want to test out the stopwatch, so you click the top, you get it to start going, and it seems that it's reading time perfectly well. And in your glorious revelation of actually being able to actually make this basically complete that of this item, you will feel that of a major like headache come over your head. A couple of flashes of maybe some images you were able to really see too well at first. What some you could guess to be like eyes, some to be like that of like an almost weird white like void. But in general, the headache lasted for a few moments, as for some reason now you hear something. As you kind of look up, you see another person standing in that of your room. And as like kind of some of the papers, even like that you may have tossed off or just kind of like blowing off a bit, you can see kind of reveals to be that of a shorter like person. One that says, now this is an interesting conundrum. As you will see in front of your eyes, Cecil B. Heiberdinger himself has appeared. And with that, we will end today's session.
Fucking what?
Did you just summon Heimerdinger?
We will see everybody here next time. Bye-bye.